glad Columbia canceled graduation. Not because of the protests. He just thinks college is bullshit in general. Adam Carolla.
Yeah, get it on. Got to get on the choice experiment to get it on. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for telling a friend. We love that about you. Skinny Jodi Miller in the studio.
Woo, I'm so skinny.
Ali Siddiq is back. A couple of stand-up specials, decades in the making. That's Jodi's special. I saw her film it live. It was great, and that'll be coming out May 12th. And then also on May 12th, you want to be hanging out, The Domino Effect Part 3. That's Ali's stand-up special as well. And are they both YouTubers?
Yeah, they're both. Mine's on YouTube.
Mine's definitely on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it right here. That's right. There we go. All right. So be prone for that position.
Yeah.
All right. Stuff to get into. We got some roast discussions to get into. We got other stuff to complain about. But first, I wanted to show you, there's a trend, and I don't like this trend, and it's everyone telling everyone else to love themselves the most.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe it's not good for society. Now, you can feel proud of yourself, and you can be a good person, and you can love yourself. That's all fine. But at some point, you become number one, and society goes away. It's a trend. I've been noticing a lot of people loving themselves a little too much and not doing the golden rule, do unto others.
Right.
It was encapsulated. I was watching Mary J. Blige on Extra. And then I also saw Sofia Vergara, who, for some reason, we have to hear from her every 10 minutes about something, but I don't know why. Jodi, you're a woman. Can you give us some insights about why we have to hear about Sofia Vergara saying nothing on Extra?
Because no one's really paying attention to what she's saying. They're just staring at her, looking at her body and everything. They don't care. You don't even have to have the volume on. It's just people like to see her moving. She's very animated. She's just like, blah, 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 blah. They just like to do it.
Who would you rather have sex with, Sofia Vergara or Mary J. Blige?
Definitely Mary J. Blige.
Definitely.
Yes.
Think she's better looking, or is this a cultural thing?
I just know who she is.
Oh, okay. Do you know Sofia Vergara?
I have no idea who she is.
Wow. You must not own a TV set.
No, I don't really.
You don't watch it?
If it's not on Law and Order.
She might one day be on Law and Order.
If she's on Law and Order, I would definitely know who she is.
All of the Law and Orders? Or
Special Victims.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I could see her. Look at her. That's her.
She wasn't in The Wire either, if that's
that's the lady from the, what's the show?
Modern Family.
Modern Family.
Yeah. So now that you see her, do you still say Mary J. Blige?
Yeah, I'm still married.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Since the 411. It's childhood. It's like
I get it.
It's one of them things like you got to go back and get the one you wanted.
Yeah, how much of that? How much of that is relevant? I'm trying to think because I take a run at Cher or Cheryl Ladd or Cheryl Teagues. Anyone started with a CH?
Christy Brinkley.
I think just to say you did it.
Christy Brinkley.
Yeah, it was like a dream. Yeah. You were 11, you're watching Three's Company or Charlie's Angels or whatever it is, MTV or something, and you go, one day.
So today, let's just say you just go out after this podcast for a coffee, and there, Cheryl Teagues, pull up Cheryl Teagues, because I haven't seen her in forever. Cheryl Teagues walks right in.
Daisy Duke, right.
She walks in, and she's like, Adam, today's the day.
You give her this speech from Princess Bride where you go, I'm going to avenge the death of my father. You know what I mean? Like, this has been a long time. I've been carrying this around since the 7th grade.
And it's okay. She's in her 70s, I believe. I think looking great. I think she loves herself a lot.
Cheryl Teagues or Cher or Cheryl, anyone's a Cher.
Yes, they all do.
Cheryl Teagues is 76 right now.
Oh,
76.
She looks great. All right. I'd probably fuck her too.
Again, it's unfinished business is what it is.
You have to do it. Yes, you have to do it.
Well, Alith had these thoughts about Mary J. Blige since when?
Since the 411, since she came out.
Since she came out.
First album.
Okay. Yeah. So now it's time
you got to do
finish the business.
If I run across Mary J. Blige, I'm going to say something.
You have to.
What
I
might
have
you
to.
say?
Hey, what's happening?
And that's it. That's
Speaking of what
I'm
happened,
gonna start with that.
speaking of what happened, remember the sister from What's Happened?
no.
Oh, there was
Roger's sister.
Roger's
Roger's
sister.
sister.
Oh,
D.
D, that's yes.
I'm gonna
D.
tell Mama. I might take a run at her.
You
Oh.
would, yeah.
You know, just again, unfinished business.
Sean
Thelma from Good Time.
Thelma from
Oh.
Good Times was quietly hot.
Yes.
Sean Cassidy for me.
Oh,
It was the
really?
Hardy Boys, Sean Cassidy.
I don't remember him from Good Times. Was he
No, maybe.
Sean Cassidy, Hardy Boy. Yeah, David Cassidy's brother. No.
Yeah, see, everybody
Right.
thinks of David, but nobody
Right.
thinks of Sean.
Sean's been in here before.
Has he really?
Yeah.
Not when I'm here. Bring him.
Yeah.
I gotta finish some business. Please, the next time I'll just come bursting through the door.
I'll bring that up to him. All right, I think we're having a little tech issue right now, so I might not have that video just yet. But I literally was just sitting home watching Extra, and one was like on a Wednesday and the other was like on Thursday, and I just filmed my TV set because not everything's on the internet, but it was both of them not connected, just talking about loving themselves.
Okay, I gotta see it now.
And I think maybe we have in no particular order. Okay. So first there's, all right, sorry. First we'll do Mary J. Blige.
Are you seeing anybody? Are you dating?
Yes.
Yes. Is that the glow?
The glow is mostly the love that I have for myself.
Yeah.
The glow is the love for Mary J. Blige. Like, I found my real love. My real love is me. And I found it.
All right. So
Found it.
she found herself. She loves her, and that's who she's loving
Right.
these days. Now, I don't know if she's talking about a vibrator. I don't know if she's...
Or just her hand.
or just her hand. She's going old school, but Mary J. loves herself.
Yes.
And then Sofia Vergara was also being asked about, she's asked about advice she could give to herself.
Oh.
She was 21.
With kids. That's it. That's all I want. Noted. And the love advice she'd give a young Sophia?
Don't love anyone. Just love yourself.
Don't love anybody. Love yourself. I think we're getting to an epidemic
But
here.
did you see her laugh afterwards? She
Yeah.
doesn't even believe it.
Could it be publicists telling them to talk about loving? Nope. I think society would not appreciate you talking about loving yourself so much in the past.
No.
Now it's kind of a good thing.
But so if you take what Mary said, I believe her. She truly loves herself. She's like, she's got that like strong belief in herself. Mm-hmm. Sophia didn't. She's like, love yourself.
Yeah.
And then she immediately went out.
not
and
her
was
first
no,
language.
Mary's love is based upon relationship. What her albums are about.
Yeah.
It's like she came out of a relationship. She was probably involved in that. Got out of that. Decided she loves herself more. Now I'm in a better relationship because I'm putting me first, kind of type love. Then Sophia's like, man, I don't have nothing else to say. Man, love yourself.
Do you think, I don't think men could get away with this. Like if George Clooney was up there going, I'm going to love myself some George Clooney, and that's what I'm going to focus on. I think we'd go, shut up, douchebag.
I feel like he would say that though.
He thinks it.
thinks it. You're right.
Thinks it
He's
every
overheated
day,
like
but
it.
he's smart. He talks about his potbelly pig and loving on that, not himself. Yeah, it wouldn't go over good if dudes talked about
I
it.
want to hear you say it right now. This is the interview.
I want you to mean it.
I want you to mean. I want you to
have
say it.
no regard for me. I don't have any thoughts about me.
Just try to say it. Try to say the words.
I love Jodi. Oh,
Yes!
damn. I don't know. I
We're
feel
not wired like that.
men, right?
Yeah, we're not wired to just love ourselves.
Do you ever think that? Do you ever sit at home and just think, I love myself?
No, I never think of loving myself. I had to put I am last.
Yeah. Me too.
Last. So, like,
I'm
last.
right behind Ali. He's not. You're second to last. I'm behind you.
Good
And
man.
I don't think any celebrity could convince me to love myself. I don't really want to love myself.
fair.
I'd like to have a kind of an arm's distance relationship with me. You know what I mean?
friendship.
Like, and it's all based on stuff. I could love myself today,
Right.
and then tomorrow I could get baked and eat an entire deep dish pizza and pass out and not love myself. You know what I mean? I want it to be fluid. You know what I mean? I don't want unconditional love.
Right.
Yes. I want that from somebody, but I turn on myself in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
On
fair.
a dime.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk about guys. Women don't do this, but guys actually punch themselves like an athlete who drops a ball. And like, damn it. They'll whack themselves
In the head?
Sometimes in the head, sometimes in the meaty part of the thigh. Yeah. Men punch themselves. We hate each other and ourselves so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
We literally beat ourselves up.
Yeah, we literally do that.
Hard chest.
My toddler
Chest
does that. She smacks herself in the face, too.
Who does that?
My toddler.
Oh, really?
My 3-year-old, yeah. I'm like, don't do that.
She may be transitioning.
It's a sign.
What do you do if they transition, Jodi?
Let me tell you right now, she thinks everyone's a boy. She thinks she's a boy. I'm a boy. I actually did this with her. I said, boys have penises and girls have vaginas, and mommy has a vagina, so what's mommy? And she said super. No joke. That's what
Wow.
she said. I was
That's
like,
a
you're
good
right.
answer.
You're right. It was a great answer. But then I said, is mommy a boy or a girl? And she goes, a boy. And I go, are you a boy or a girl? She goes, I'm a boy. I mean, like, what do I,
It's on.
It's on. 3.
Ali, kids,
Yes.
what are they? What's the transition policy?
I have no idea. It's I think the transition in our house is from being filthy to more filthy. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, hey, pick this up. Then they just put more stuff down in the hey, stop putting this in. Then they do more. Like, I don't know what's going on with them kids.
How old are your kids?
Oh, starting at 30 and then going down to 3.
Oh.
It's a lot.
You might be safe with the 30-year-old.
No, that's the worst one.
Oh, really? I'm talking about the transition
Interesting.
department. I'm talking about transitioning.
What I don't know what he's transitioned into a bum.
Oh,
He's
really?
transitioned from a normal human to a bum.
Does he work?
What? No. Like I don't even understand. He's been fired from everything, and it's everybody else's fault still.
Oh, that one.
And then, he. People think I'm hard on him, but I ask people all the time, do you know anybody that's broke with a CDL license? And most people are like, no.
Oh, is
And I'm
that a
like- I'm
license
like,
to
drive trucks?
drive
Wow.
truck?
And I'm like, I know one. He lives upstairs in my home. Like
Wow.
I know a broke one.
He's got a trucker's license, and he ain't trucking.
I can show you right now, what cash apps to him right now, as a grown 30-year-old man.
All right, look, not to pile on your son, not to pile on, but truck drivers, trucking companies are looking for drivers
Make a-
so
they
badly
make good
that
money,
every
right?
time I get behind a truck, there's an advertisement. Drive this truck.
Right.
Pull up next to this guy,
Yeah.
throw him out.
And get in there.
You jump in, Mad Max style, and you take this thing to
It's a
Riverside.
bumper sticker that says switch places?
Yes, like the bumper sticker. I saw one on the Pasadena freeway 3 days ago. It said $49 an hour.
Wow.
Drive a truck. Every truck is it has one advertisement. It'll say like Lucky Supermarket or UPS or something. Then there's another advertisement. We need your lazy ass to get behind the wheel of one of our trucks. We don't have enough drivers.
Yeah.
Like it's if your son was licensed in saddle repair or moccasin making, I'd go cut the kid some slack. Well,
exactly.
he repairs typewriters. Yeah, but people don't use them as much as they. Truck drive, there's no excuse.
No
They're
excuse.
dying for truck drivers.
That's what I say.
What is his excuse when you ask him?
Oh, definitely. Oh, it's been on. What was the latest? The latest firing was from the school district for bus drivers. They don't have enough bus
Yeah,
drivers.
that's true.
But for some reason, he gets fired from being a bus driver. Man, what happened? Man, people. Man, I'm done. I don't even want to hear the rest of it because it starts with people.
It starts with
not you, but people.
Right.
Lifeguard. How do you get fired from being the city's lifeguard where your sister was a supervisor? Okay.
What city
I'm
is
done
this
with it.
in?
Houston,
Oh,
Texas.
he was a lifeguard there.
Yeah, fired.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Fired.
Yeah, young people don't like working. Again, it's part of our thing because look, if you love yourself enough, who the fuck wants to sit by a public swimming pool and yell at kids all day?
Love yourself too much. I can't do this.
And then they started this whole sort of work-life balance bullshit that never existed when I had shitty jobs. Like, what about the balance? You know what I mean? Well, it's Wednesday and it's noon. Yeah. Fuck your balance. Finish working. I'll give you a little money. Then you can go home and work out your balance.
And work out your balance.
Yes. Now we need
Work-life
this.
balance,
Yeah, oh God, there's somebody, I don't know why this made me mad. What did I tell you, that congressperson, Josh, what's his name Josh Newman, over in, he's out here, he's a California guy. We're in his, Mike August is in his district, he's sort of L.A., but he just floated a bill to make clear at LAX illegal.
What? Clear the lane that you go through?
Yes,
that I have
at LAX that
that
you
I
have. No, that you pay for.
Yeah, I do. I pay for it.
And that I pay for,
Yes.
and you pay for.
Yes.
You want to know why we pay for it? Josh Newman, is that his name?
That's his name.
We work.
Yeah.
Guess who was in fucking Salt Lake City working yesterday and the day before? Guess who's traveling through airports? Working people who travel for a living, pay shitloads in taxes, provide jobs for other people, including the people at Clear. They get jobs over there. And we would like to not be as burdened, but do not worry, we pay for this thing. His thing is it's unfair to the poor people.
No, he didn't. That's the reason.
What?
That
So he doesn't like the fact that Clear is next to like the mainstream lines as well, that we can see these people. Like,
so he wants to put them somewhere else, or he just wants to eliminate them
You wanna
completely?
well, he wants to put them somewhere else,
Yeah.
but they have to strike a deal with the airport to get a private.
This is
security
insane.
line.
But do we not have homeless people all over Los Angeles, graffiti, garbage, criminally insane people wandering the boardwalk at Venice Beach?
That's what he's worried
This
about.
is what he's worried about. He's worried about the Clear line at LAX.
So when I was at LAX, when I just landed on Sunday, I went into, baggage claim, going to the restaurant. It is clearly a homeless man in there with a basket.
Right.
That is not a part of the
At the baggage claim.
in the baggage claim
Right.
at the
Yes.
restroom. Like, I'm in danger. But
Right.
you don't have,
No.
you're worried about when I
Clear.
went through Clear.
Yes.
Well, is he clear?
Not thinking clearly. Well, look, the entire airport and the travel industry is one big hierarchy of how much do you want to pay.
Yes.
The plane itself
plane.
has first class,
Exactly.
business, coach
do you
plus,
eliminate
business
those
plus,
two?
comfort plus. Well, according to Josh, it's not fair to the poor people who don't have enough leg room and who can't get a hot meal because they didn't want to pay for it. But the airport is, they got the lounges,
Yes.
they got the Sky Lounge. There's even restaurants inside.
Yes.
Some people that are expensive. The bar at the airport, you spend $20 for a glass of wine over there. Now, you don't have to.
No.
But you could,
Right.
if you chose to, just like the poor people. And by the way, poor people don't travel. They're not hanging
This is
out
the
at LAX.
point. This is my
they don't
point.
travel.
Poor people are not at the airport.
Right.
Nobody's poor at the airport.
Well, they work at the airport, but they don't travel through the airport.
That's crazy.
This is the thing.
Yeah, he says, quote, over time, you get kind of aware of the degree to which the Clear service has kind of an adverse effect on the people who don't use it. There's something very elitist, almost un-American about it to me.
Oh my God. I've never met anyone that's like, I'm so upset. I just saw a bunch of people go through Clear and I
Well,
realized
not
that
only-
I don't make enough money.
Not only that, it's the most American. He's preaching Cuba and Soviet Union, where everybody just is on the same plane.
Yeah.
It's the most American, which is you want to pay an extra $189 a
Right.
year, you can cut your wait time down 20 minutes.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh my God, it's un-American. And he also did this thing. I saw him interviewed. He made this little speech, and I love it. I love it when people have to make their point by lying, which is every woman I've ever been with. When you're arguing, they make the point. You know what I mean? They'll do that thing where like, he barged into the room and told me I was a stupid cunt, and then barged. It's like I didn't say. I asked you why you burnt the toast. I didn't. I know you felt that way, but I didn't say that.
And they give you a different voice. I don't even sound like that.
I didn't. Oh well, it's never flattering. It's always dumb guy voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but when you do the girls' voices too, it's also not flattering.
I know, but they are dumb. Let's see, we got to be fair. That's
They're
just
not.
a rendition.
They love themselves, Adam.
No, I know. They love themselves. No, I know. No voice. Whenever you're providing the voice of whoever you're arguing with, it's never good.
It's never flattering. You do your mom, you do your dad, your uncle, anyone.
Right. And Ali's case, it's the people. His son telling you about the people.
The people. The only thing is that when you see someone you want to fuck, then their voice is pretty attractive. If I ran into a guy, then he'd be like, "Hey, what's?" That's a nice, smooth voice.
The voice changes. It becomes different.
That's true.
Very flattering.
When they're complimenting you, we really go to town on a good voice for that.
That's right.
And credentials. This guy's a scholar, man. This guy went to Yale. I understand it. He came up to me.
He can go through Clear. He can afford Clear. He's just so.
Do we have a clip of this? I don't know if we found it or not.
This is the report I think that you saw.
Oh, okay, CBS.
All Clear really does is it moves me in front of you, and we get to the same place in front of the conveyor belt. Only by then you're mad, the TSA agent's all stressed out, and I paid $189 because I think I'm better than you.
How is this different than any other service that we pay to jump the line?
People pay to jump the line at theme parks. Yeah. They pay to jump the line going into music concerts, sports stadiums.
The company says it has nearly 1 million California customers and pays airports.
I don't pay $189 because I think I'm better than you. You're allowed to pay whatever you want to pay. I pay $189 because every other weekend I'm at a fucking airport. Mm-hmm. I left Salt Lake City. We had a flight at 8:05 in the morning. We had to get up at 6:15 and hit the... I did a late show in Salt Lake City. We didn't get back to the Airbnb till 12:30 at night. By the time I got done watching half of Unfrosted, I slept for about 3.5 hours, and then I was back at the airport. Mike's turning in the rental car, money, providing jobs. Yeah. I don't think I'm better than anybody. I'm envious of the people I see at the airport who didn't do a late show the night before and aren't hustling out. I see families like going on ski vacations and shit, and I go, look at you guys.
Yeah, relaxed at the airport.
Relaxed.
Yeah, relaxed. Look, by the way, have you guys ever gone through Clear and walked up to that conveyor belt and anyone has looked annoyed at you? Ever?
No. Not at all.
No. What is he talking about?
But this is the point where he said where we get to the conveyor belt at the same time and you're mad and I'm mad. No, what I'm mad about is I just realized I have some $40 lotion that's too big. I'm gonna have to throw away.
That's what you're mad.
I'm thinking I'm gonna have to mail it to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm upset about.
Yeah, some fan gave me a piece, like a great scotch, that's handcrafted, and I threw it in my fucking duffel bag because I got up at 6 in the morning and I have to dump it in the garbage can now. That's what I'm mad about.
That's what I'm mad about.
And also, let's just hear it again because I like him setting the table. I love when guys use crazy hyperbole. Like, remember the TSA guy stressed out now?
He said that.
He's stressed for
He's
something.
so stressed.
The TSA guy just stands there and checks everyone's ID. He doesn't care if you come from there or there.
Exactly.
He just stands there.
Doesn't care.
And
doesn't
then
care.
stops you. You beeped.
Go.
He hands you off to another non-stressed.
Well, the only TSA guy they can be talking about is the guy who checks the boarding pass and the ID, because once you get through him, then you're back into general pop. Mm-hmm. Right. Sorry to use the prison slang.
Frogging the security line at the state's airports.
All Clear really does is it moves me in front of you, and we get to the same place in front of the conveyor belt. Only by then you're mad, the TSA agent's all stressed out, and I paid $189 because I think I'm better than you.
How is this different than any other service that we pay to jump the line?
People pay to jump the line at theme parks. They pay to jump the line going into music concerts, sports stadiums.
The company says it has nearly 1 million California customers and pays airports there $13 million. Several airlines have taken a stake in Clear and say the lost revenue could mean higher fares. But Clear, which uses fingerprinting and eye scanning in its screenings, has had issues in recent years with security lapses. That's the main reason the union representing flight attendants supports the bill. And lawmakers don't want to ban Clear entirely, just separate the lines.
If you pay for Clear,
they want to segregate
go do your line
segregation.
That's financially and logistically impractical. TSA doesn't have the funding it needs now.
All right. How about What's this guy, Josh Newman?
Josh Newman out of
Hey,
Fullerton.
douche, how about you work on your fucking homeless situation?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, let's make a deal. When the kids' test scores in your district aren't through the basement floor, when the homeless situation is taken care of, when the fentanyl gets off the street, and when you clean up all the garbage and graffitis and you have gangbangers under control, then we can revisit the clear thing. How about
That's fair.
How about that?
That's fair.
By the way, did that TSA agent look stressed? They have like the most relaxed guy taking his luggage.
Yes.
He's like the TSA agent guy, stressed. He's freaking out. He's just like, give that to me. Everybody's fine there.
Again, it's only one TSA guy who has to deal with the clear person. That's the guy at the front.
And he's sitting.
He's sitting
He's
there.
sitting. He's got the best
So
job.
relaxed.
He's so relaxed.
And the other thing, it's this very technical thing. He's saying that I feel that I'm better than you. Okay, cool. I am better than you because how I got offered clear was through American Express Platinum. So that lets me, if you have the green one and I have the platinum one, I'm better than you anyway.
better.
Right.
So
better.
this was offered to me by somebody who put me better.
Thinks
than
you're better.
Better.
That's
Better.
right.
He's like, I
You
have
were
better
told you
credit
were
than
better.
you.
You
If
were-
you
yeah,
won't
you're
love
better.
yourself,
I was told.
American
Yeah.
Express will.
Exactly.
I was
That guy
told I
doesn't
was
love
better than
himself.
you.
Yes, you do love
And they
yourself.
gave me a discount on it because
Yes.
it's not that price.
Yes, I got a discount when I joined, $89.
What?
That's what I got
Yes.
for 2 years, and now I pay $189. Still, if you break it down over the year and how much
bam.
time you're saving,
Can I ask this back to TSA, because this has reminded me traveling out of Burbank to go to Salt Lake to do the 4 shows, and then can we get this policy going? And all I ask for in life is consistency. It's rhythm and consistency. If you're used to doing it this way, then just do it that way at all airports. I cannot tell you how many times I've traveled through airports wearing a belt, gone through 30 airports with the belt, and then you're 31st. The guy's like, you gotta take that belt off. It's like, I've traveled circumnavigated the globe with this belt on. Now I have to take it off because on the 31st try.
Right.
All right, here's the thing that's driving me nuts. The airport TSA has either the big bin thing where everything's got to go into the bin.
right?
Yes.
Then there's the guys at Burbank who I just ran into who guard their bins, and you're like, "Yeah, put it all in the backpack, put it all in your luggage, the all in your luggage, people." So here's what happens to me: I'm at Burbank. I got the TSA pre. They don't have clear there.
Yeah.
But I got TSA pre because I'm better than everyone
better.
Yeah.
who's at that airport.
Yes.
Unless they're in TSA pre, in which case we're going to have an argument. But we're all better.
Keeping your shoes on.
And there's a long line in TSA pre because we're going past the one. They reconfigured Burbank.
Yeah.
Just trust me, and we're going past. And then at some point, I'm like, look at this line, go, man, it's a long line. And then the guy pulls that little spring rope off,
Yeah.
the little belt. And he goes, oh, yeah, you can come this way. And I go, oh, okay, but I'm first. And I'm standing in line, so I don't have all my shit together, right? So I go first, and now I'm standing at the end of the conveyor belt, and there's no buckets. There's no pans. There's no place to throw your stuff. And I got the sunglasses and the car keys and the reading glasses, and I got all my stuff, you know? So I'm looking at the guy who's standing about 8 feet away, and he has a pyramid of these buckets he's leaning on, like 15 of them, right? I go, hey, can I have one of these? Yeah, all of it in the bag. It's all in the bag. All in the bag.
Unbelievable.
Which is a new thing, but they do it, but you don't know where they're going to do it. It's like all in the bag. And so what they want you to do is unzip your backpack and just start stuffing
Everything in?
fillings, contact lenses, medical devices, IUDs,
take it out.
pacemakers, tampons,
Everything.
maxi pads. It's all. So I'm like going, okay. And I'm unzipping my bag, and I'm shoving like sunglasses and stuff. And he goes, hurry it up, because I'm in the lead. And I go, give me one of your buckets. If you give me the bucket, I'll just throw everything into the bucket. He's like, no, get it in the bag. I'm like, okay, all right. But don't. Wow. Yeah. You guys not experienced
You're talking
the
about those, like, the
everything
I've
in the
not
bag?
done- no, I've never done.
No, I'm talking about, he had the big pans.
Oh, my
But
God.
what I'm saying is the dog bowl,
Yeah.
Yes.
the dog bowl is catch can.
Yeah.
Some do not provide it. They go put it all into.
I've never had put it in the bag. I've always had always in the.
You never
the lunch
got
bucket.
yelled for to put the stuff in the bag?
No. Well, now I have a
neither.
child, so when they start getting aggressive with me, I go, I have a baby, and I get very agitated, and they're like, okay, ma'am, let's go.
I tried yelling, I have a baby, but it didn't work. I'm going to think we're at about 25% of the airports.
Yeah.
I now do the
Oh.
in the bag. Put it all in the bag, which is always a clusterfuck because the backpack has 36
So many
pouches,
yeah.
and I'm always like, oh, yeah, and I'm shoving everything in, and then at some point you start trying to unpack it, and you're like, I don't think I have my glasses. I don't think they made it in. The other thing, too, is the doggy bowl.
Yeah.
They got to get with the iPhone people because that iPhone does not make it into that. No, it's hanging out. It's lurching.
Can I ask a question? I read this story recently. A man out of Texas with his family, his wife. They went on their 25th anniversary, his birthday. I'm sorry, and I forget now which country it is. But they were leaving the country, and he got detained. They both did because they found ammunition in his because he went hunting. But here's the thing. He made it there, had a great vacation, flew out of, I think, Austin. No one caught those bullets there. They caught him when he was leaving. I don't know if it was Costa Rica or whatever. And that, apparently, I was reading a whole thing that it happens quite a lot. It's just like random bullets.
Mm-hmm.
How does that happen? How did we miss that is like what I'm wondering.
I think it turns out it's all just theater. Like you can't take the dumbest people in the world, tell them to go to the airport and look at 2,000 people walk past you every 15 minutes and you're going to get everything.
Right.
No.
I mean, I guess. So those other, it's crazy to me.
Right.
That they wouldn't find bullets of all things. Like they stopped me because
Mike August traveled with a box cutter for 8 years. The actual weapon they used to take over the two airplanes that flew into the towers.
God.
He literally traveled with a box cutter.
Can confirm. Yeah.
For 8 years, and somewhere in year 9, they pulled him out and they said, you can't travel with this box cutter. And he said, I have traveled everywhere with this box cutter for a decade. And they said, nope.
It had passport stickers on it.
And they took it away. Yeah, it was like when Bugs Bunny used to hit a home run and the baseball would get all the stickers on it. That's what was on his box cutter. And they took it away from Mike, and Mike promptly bought a new box cutter.
Why does he have a box cutter?
This is the questions we all have for Mike.
Why does he have a
What
box
do you
cutter?
need a box cutter for?
You don't get a lot of whys answered with Mike.
You don't
August.
get answers.
There's a lot of boxes
We're
on the
going
road.
to Hilarities outside of the Boston area. What do you need a box cutter for? He's like, I go back. I'm in the green room. I'll open parcels. And I'm like, no, you don't, Mike. You don't open it. You order food. You need a box cutter to get a Western burger? I don't think so.
They tied the knot. They tied the bag tight, and he had to cut it open.
Yeah. He needs a box cutter. That's all I know.
So he's got one now? Is he traveling with one now?
Yeah, well, he bought
like a 12-ounce bottle of cough syrup.
That's his other thing, too. He travels with a jumbo-sized container of, NyQuil or something, whatever the cough syrup
Do they
is.
always stop him?
Yes. They always stop him. And then I go, Mike, you got to get a smaller size.
Or
and
get
he goes,
it after you go through
"This is size."
TSA in the airport and
then
just
he
use
goes-
it up.
I go, Mike, are you going to drink 24 ounces of NyQuil tonight? He goes, no. But I go, then get a smaller container. He won't.
He won't do it.
He's a rebel, that guy.
Box cutter and NyQuil.
For his bag to be stopped.
Oh, my God.
I'll meet you guys at the gate.
Yeah, he gets pulled up. No, he got... Like in Curb Your Enthusiasm, when the Larry David opened like a revenge muffin store, that's what he does, a spite box cutter now. He went out and got a new box cutter just to tell
He
these
has
people
so
to
many
fuck
box
off.
cutters. He just constantly
That's
replaces
right.
them when they take them. He's like, I got another one at home.
But the problem with box cutters is when you order them online, they show up in a box. So the first one is really hard to get at. Once you get the first one, then it's a fucking breeze after that. It's the first box cutter.
I don't even know how he opens it.
Mike and I have the greatest conversations from the road. Oh my God, I got stuff. I don't know. I should interview you guys. This is wrong. This is wrong. It can't make it about me in the airport. We got to make it about you guys. But I will circle back to a crazy good Mike conversation
Mike.
I had. Third, is this the third special, Ollie?
Third one.
The third one.
Domino Effect 3, first day of school.
Where'd you film it?
In D.C. at the Capitol Turnaround Theater.
It was nice.
Yeah.
It looked really good.
Yeah, thank you.
Who'd you do it with?
Eric Abrams. He was the director on it, and it came out really nice.
The backdrop was really cool. It looked like the U2 show at the Sphere.
Yeah, it looked really good.
It's a little little creativity.
I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan did really well. Jordan is the cinematographer on it, and he always comes up with something that matches what we're trying to, put out there with the theme of it. I think people who've seen it notice that the background changes as I talk, and comes from light to dark, because Domino Effect 4 is coming. So we releasing 3 Mother's Day weekend, May, 12th.
12th, right.
It's going to be a good one. And I think it's the best one thus far for me. It's very fun. It's not heavy like 2 was, but this one is very good.
Yeah.
First, when I first get arrested, when I'm going through booking, and it gets difficult from that point.
Right. By the way, part 2, the Domino Effect Part 2 lost. New York Times named him the best storyteller in 2023.
Nice. That's amazing.
Well, Mike August may take that crown when I tell you the story he told me. But we'll see. Where are you guys at with Mother's Day? Are moms alive?
Yes.
No.
Yes? No. Now, I kind of realize you can figure out your relationship with your mom by if she's dead during Mother's Day and you feel relief, which washes over me when Mother's Day comes around. I'm like, oh good. Yeah, I don't have to deal with that. But I realize I have a different relationship, in general.
Right.
I don't know if you have that. Ali, you love your mom?
Very, very much. It's a deep relationship. I'm not even going to be home for Mother's Day, but I have plans on what to do for her while I'm away.
What are you going to do for her?
Oh, I'm going to have my son take her to dinner. To our
in his truck? That's the only time I'll fire the truck.
My new son. That's my old son. My new son is way better than my old son. My new son is 13. So he's
a good boy.
Better. Yes, he's definitely a good one.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have him take his mom and my mom to dinner. Pay for it. Put on his little card. Do that little nice thing for them.
That's nice.
Send them
He's a
some
good
flowers.
boy.
Busiest restaurant day of the year.
It is, actually.
Yeah. What do you, Jodi? Now,
I'm going to have a seance and contact my mom.
Any sense of relief that you don't have to visit your mom or buy her a gift? No, you love your mom.
No, yes, I love my mom very much. I didn't have the best friend relationship with her. We weren't like best friends. We're best friends, and best friends with my mom. I tell her everything. I did not tell her everything. But we had a great mom-daughter relationship, and I miss her a lot. And having a daughter now, though, it helps a lot. You know what I mean? She sort of fills that hole that my mom left. What a bitch. Decided to die. But yeah, I mean, I was born on Mother's Day.
Oh, really?
And so my birthday is actually tomorrow, Wednesday, May 8th. But the year that I was born.
Uh-huh.
So
that's how it worked
so
out.
it was interesting. My first Mother's Day with my daughter was also on Mother's Day. So that was my first Mother's Day and my birthday. And it was pretty powerful, and I was exhausted. So, so I'm going to, my daughter's not going to take me anywhere.
I'm my mom's landlord, though. Seriously, that's the difference.
You own the house?
Yeah, I own the house. My mom lives 3 minutes away from me, and I'm the landlord. And how she got my house, she was getting ready to move out of her townhouse, and she couldn't find a place. And every place she could find places, but she was just complaining about them. And she kept coming to my house talking about how nice it was. And this is so nice. And I'm like, and I just thought, she wants this house.
Yeah.
So I found the house down the street, and she came over, and all the stuff was gone. And she's like, "What you doing with the house?" I was like, "Giving it to you." And so she lives right down the street.
That's amazing.
The lawn, all the stuff is still in my name.
Right.
And then my sister lives 3 minutes away from that, so we in a little triangle.
That's nice. Well, I am relieved about that I don't have to buy my mom a house. She already lives with me. She's on my mantle, so she got her wish.
My mom got free houses too.
She did?
Yeah.
I would like to get my dad a free house, but that probably won't happen either.
My mom lived in my grandma's second house all her life, and then when my grandma died, she moved into to her house. So she's been a sort of pioneer in the free house movement.
Wow.
Yeah, setting a fine example for the kids. Don't be a sucker with a mortgage.
Yeah, just move to the next house.
All you have to do is wait for someone to die. And then eventually
move in.
You move right in.
But it didn't work because my mom died, and now my stepdad lives there.
Oh.
So we didn't get it. It didn't get kicked down.
No.
My grandma died.
Right.
They sold the house they were living in for free, hammered the check, and then moved into the grandma's house. Now my mom goes, and now my stepdad slides in and takes that.
Should have been yours.
I'm still over.
You should have been grandmothered in.
I know, grandmothered in.
You should have been.
Yeah.
That's your house.
Yeah.
That's actually your house.
Yep.
But you don't
my
even want
stepdad, God bless him, he took care of that for a long time, and he deserves whatever house.
That's his pay.
Whatever house he gets, that's his house.
So the Asian thing is that grandma moves in with you.
Oh yeah.
So grandma moves in.
I also know I have had a bad relationship with my mom because once in a blue moon, I had an attorney, a show business attorney, who took cruises with his mom every year, and every time he'd go like, "Well, I'm not going to be in town this week. I'm taking the cruise with my mom," and I'd go, "Fuck. Wow. What'd you do wrong in a different life?" And he'd go, "I like my mom." I'd go, "Okay, get the fuck out. Are you kidding me? On a ship? Are you there to have fun?" And he's like, "I like my mom." I'm like, that's when I realized that I was viewing it through a different
But you're not
lens.
alone. You're definitely not alone.
Oh, there's other people hate my mom too.
Yeah,
I got my
everybody
sister.
hated your mom.
I got
Everybody
my sister
did.
over there. Then her grandma. Yeah, she didn't. And then there's her mom. She didn't like. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Jody. Brought that up.
You're welcome.
I've traveled with my mom.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah,
You on a vacation with your mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh God!
Yeah. It's
Wow.
like the whole family. My mom is there, and my mom was still doing her own thing though.
Where were you going with your mom?
We came to what's out here, Disney World or the Land? Which one?
Land.
So we was out here at Disneyland, and we for like 5 days. My mom,
nice.
I would wake up to go to breakfast. My mom would be coming back up the elevator like, "Man, y'all late." Like I was here when the breakfast started, bro. Like, so she was always out the way. I was going to work out. She was coming from working out. Yo, man, y'all running a late clock, man. Let's go.
Right.
So and man, she was really navigating things. And so when you wanted to get out, we had the in-house babysitter. Like, hey, let's run around by ourselves. My mom was like, boom, I'm on it. Y'all go do whatever.
Nice.
So it was like, she cool to hang out with. Now, I've had a drink with my mom for the first time, like on her 70th birthday.
Oh, really? Was the first time?
We took her out. Everybody was there, and my mom ordered a dirty martini, and I was like, what? Oh, that's what we doing? Bring me one too. Yeah, I was like, I ain't never did this before. I was excited, like, cause my mom, I've never even seen her drink ever.
And a dirty martini, that's not like, oh, this is my first drink ever.
Yeah,
that's something, yes.
Yeah, she's in another life.
She definitely.
Definitely. It's like when my grandmother, I found out my grandmother was really tough when she had dementia. We was taking care of her, and I came and brought her a soda. Then I came to refill it. I grabbed it, and she grabbed my wrist, and she said, "If you don't put my cup down, I'm going to drown your ass." I said,
Wow.
I said, "What were you drowning full-grown men in your life?" Like, who were you drowning full-grown men?
I was gonna say that didn't come out of nowhere. That was deep inside her. That came out. Yeah, that was a memory.
Oh man, let me find out you the serial mother. Like, what is wrong with you?
She went Chap Atic with Grandpa. There's no two ways about that one.
Oh, I have a good story about Chap Atic.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Real quick. Byron Allen from Funny to Ask, his company acquired Chap Atic, the movie that came out, I don't know, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
We went to the premiere, and it was packed. I forget where it was, though. It was a really beautiful theater. It was quiet. Everybody was very much into the movie. The movie was good, and there's the scene right when they're pulling the car out of the water, and she's dead and everything. So it's very dramatic scene, and this older man in the back farted so loudly.
Oh, I love it.
I'm not kidding you. He farted so loudly that I was looking at my friends because we were. I mean, it was.
That's
just,
the greatest fart ever.
Yeah. It was. It was like I can't. And because the theater was so massive that it kind of bounced off the walls, like the audio.
That's good.
And no one could pay attention. They're like dragging the body out of the car.
Oh man.
It was so great. And then you can hear people talking. And somebody said, my friend was like higher up, and they said that someone asked him, do you need to go to the bathroom?
Oh, who is that person?
I have no idea. I haven't thought of that until you said it.
Do you need to go to the bathroom, person?
Oh, you're just an older man. Someone was like, I was an older man.
That must not have been the first time.
No.
Well, let me ask this. I try not to talk to anybody ever in any situation. Personally, professionally, I'm just no talking. But I did feel compelled to talk on an airplane to a stranger, which is because there's a new thing. And you guys travel enough. Maybe you've experienced this. When we landed in Salt Lake City, somebody did that move from the back of the plane going through everybody. And they're like bumping people and going around. And it's like, hold on, there's a built-in order here. It's whatever your seat is, that's when you get off the plane. You don't get to be in the back and push your way through the front. And this woman's like pushing, and she gave an answer. And you guys see if you can make this answer, right? I said to her when she was like pushing through, I said, do you need to make a connecting flight? Meaning knock it off, bitch. And she goes, yeah, I need to get off the plane, which to me is like not I need to make a connecting flight, but it's I need to get off the plane. And first off, just a word to the wise. We all need to get the fuck off this plane. That's why we don't live on this plane on a tarmac in Salt Lake City. We're all getting off the plane. We all want off of this plane. That's how planes work, you know. Then when we landed in Burbank, I had the dude do the move where he got up, walked forward, and then I just stared at his cock and balls for 19 minutes. You know, ass crack height, like tall guy, just right balls is right. It's like just standing there the whole time. Mike was on the seat across the aisle, and he was trying to tell me something. He goes, and he was trying to show me a picture on his phone. He was like passing his phone through this guy's legs and stuff. And I'm like, are we now at this point where we have to explain to people how everything works? Like, you have to fucking sit there until it's time to get up, and then you can get up, but in front of your seat. You're not allowed to walk in front of my seat, because I'm just going to sit here. They haven't opened the door. Yeah, I'm not going to stand here. I'll just sit, staring at your cock and balls until they open the door. Is this a new thing? Do we have to now? Are we all just fucking animals at this point?
Your woes are coming at the end of the flight. My woes
Your woes are at the beginning.
Are the beginning. First of all, you know you getting on a plane. It's only so much space. Why you can't hold your bags where you don't have to bump me coming on?
Right.
Okay, now, I want to know where in history in the world do you pull up on another seat to get up in any place?
Oh, yeah. They step
on it. That one.
Yo, I just, why is your hand, so you don't see my face right here? Okay, now, my last one.
Well, let me ask this.
Go ahead.
How does this guy get off the toilet? You know what I mean? You grab a seat in front of you? I mean, just do what you do when you're on the shitter at home. Figure it out, but don't grab my seat. Those seats are spring-loaded, too. They pull them back like a slingshot, and then they go boom, and let your head goes flying for it.
Insane. Now, the second one. It's only so much space in this little compartment behind you. So do you realize that when you're shoving a bottle and your laptop and everything, the person in front of you can feel all of that in their back?
Yeah.
Then you have to explain, hey, bro, what you building, an apartment back there? Like, what's going on? Like, and then, my. Hey, how much? It's not a lot of stuff in there when you sit down. It's like paper, little thin slices of paper. Man, people, you have to explain it. You have to explain it.
Yeah.
We got to get rid of that that little slit there with the flight safety thing in it.
Yeah, let's just get rid of that.
First off, there's no room. You can't pull it back enough to get the water bottle in there anyway. Number two, they tell you don't put trash in there. There's nothing going on in there anymore. Get rid of it. It's a bygone era. Can I also tell you this if you're traveling? You people out there with the hard shell luggage, it's done. It's over. Every single one of them checked on the way out and on the way. When you're walking on the plane, right before you turn on the plane, you just see a graveyard of shelled luggage that they wrestled away from every chick who's getting on that flight. Just give me that shit. And it's like, it's luggage. I bought a ticket. No, it's gate check. We're gate check. You got to get a duffel bag. You have to have a duffel. It will be wrestled away. Every flight is full, and there's 81 hard shell luggage box. They're all piled up there. Don't do it.
The reason they do it is because it's free that way.
Oh, they know what they're doing.
Now, there are some dumb people that are like, I didn't, this is my bag. But the main reason is because if they roll it up there, then they can be like, oh my God, I didn't know. And then it's free. And then you don't have to pay.
It.
Yeah, they're gaming it. So,
they're
gaming
all right, then I apologize. You guys are geniuses now.
That's why they do it. And also, not only is it free, it's right there when they get off the plane. They don't have to go to baggage to get it.
Some they check through, but whatever.
Most they don't. But for the most part, it tends to be being free.
All right. Then I'll modify my statement. If you would like to keep your luggage on you, you got to get a duffel bag. You got to get something you can mash into a container, not a hard shell.
Also, by the way, if you notice, they say this is a full flight. So if anybody wants to check their bag, you can board earlier than your, than your D.
Or if you think you're better than everyone because you got clear.
You pay $189 for clear.
Any elitists over here?
Where are people's real wheelchair?
The real wheelchair.
Yeah, how did you get in this airport?
Oh, you've got that one,
It's so many people in a wheelchair.
Yes.
It was so with no real wheelchair.
Not really.
So I didn't. So your wheelchair is the Southwest wheelchair of the United States.
You don't have a real one.
You didn't pull up in a special van.
No, it is. Those
pulled up in a Corvette.
Look like chairs that they just put balls at the. I'm like, is that holding anyone?
It's like you like, hey man, this person, and then this breaks their heart when they say you can pre-board anybody who's able to make it down the runway by themselves.
Yes,
and they had to just sit in that wheelchair, and you can walk. I see somebody with their luggage in the wheelchair, and they pushing it like, where is your real wheelchair?
Yeah, you're right.
Well, it also strikes me that there's a lot of seat conversation with the passengers, right? You got to have your tray table up. You can't be reclined. We're taking off. You can't have your backpack down at your feet. You got to shove it under the seat in front of you. A lot of seat-related stuff. And then the flight attendants just get on that little jumper bench thing. No headrest, no nothing. There's nothing to that.
It's a string that they tie around their waist.
Yeah, it's like someone yelling, put your seatbelt on while they're standing in your truck bed while you're going down the freeway. Like, that's got to be more dangerous than me having my seat reclined. Or the tray table down.
I can tell you, traveling with a child, though, I've become this person. It's a lot better because she's older, but I have been that person where I will yell out in an airport like a crazy person because no one is helping the mom who's trying to push a stroller. And I was trying to get my luggage in with the stroller. I was coming back from Newark, and I was in there. And the woman at the United was staring at me, and I couldn't do both. But I had to check my luggage, and I go, can anybody help me? She goes, I can't leave my desk. And out loud, I screamed, so nobody's helping me. I just screamed it because I was so already. It's 9 a.m, frazzled, and these two young kids that must have been like 19, 20 just came walking up. They're like, we'll take that for you.
Oh, that's nice.
They were very, very nice.
Probably Mormon.
Well, speaking of Mormons, you were in Salt Lake City. When we were in Salt Lake City, when I was there last time with you, there was a guy on a recumbent bike in the airport. Just
I forgot. It was a guy riding his
bike. A what? For real?
Recumbent bike. A bike where you lay down on it. Sorry. Well, for the people who may not know.
But I meant what? Like how? Why is it?
He's a crazy person. It turns out
it's a walking stick.
It turns out crazy people
you took a picture of it.
do not have to participate in the laws that govern most of us in society. It's if you just kind of announce you're crazy.
I did.
People will sort of leave you alone. Like I've been in airports where the chick is taking my bag and trying to put it in the
sizer thing?
The sizer thing, and I'm going, I travel here with that bag. I travel everywhere with it. And she's like arguing with me. Meanwhile, there's a guy in a recumbent bike just going past us with a giant walking stick because they don't want to argue with crazy people. They want to argue with taxpayers. You know what I mean? Because crazy people's spittle comes out, they smell, they'll start screaming. They just don't want to deal with crazy. This guy was riding his bike.
That is
I had
crazy.
to go talk to him.
I had to
really
go.
funny.
Did you go talk to him?
We got that picture.
I did.
There he is. Look at him.
He's riding his bike through the airport.
With that walking stick.
Yeah. Once again, a lesson. Anybody, if I come over and I'm inquisitive about your dog or your recumbent bike, I may seem like I'm being nice and inquisitive. I'm really just going to make fun of you later.
Yes.
But
be aware.
for now, it sounds like I'm interested.
Yeah.
That same day that nobody would help me at the airport, I finally got someone and I got on the plane, and I'm going to bring up somebody that I'm sure both of you know, all of you know. And I got on the plane early because she was 1 year old at that time, so they let you on early. Anybody who needs extra help traveling with young children. And I walk on, and I couldn't get my bag. Couldn't get my little carry-on bag and my daughter because I had her car seat. Anyway, I'm trying to get it on. There's no one on the plane. There was no one on the plane because I was on up first, and I couldn't get the bag, and I asked the flight attendants. They're all standing there, just standing there. I go, can somebody help me? She's like, I can't.
Right.
And and out loud I go, then my bag lives here. And I left it right in the aisle, and I walked to my seat, and then all of a sudden I heard someone, because they'd started letting other, the first class passengers on, I heard someone go, I've got it. She didn't know it was me, and I didn't know it was her, and then I turned around, and it was April Macy. Do you guys know April Macy? Yes? Comic
No,
April Macy.
I like the name.
April
She's named
Macy's
in
phenomenal comic.
sequential
Amazing.
months.
She's amazing. And she was, April Macy.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Great, amazing comic. Do you know April?
No, I don't.
She's amazing. And she just was like, oh my God. And I was like, oh my God, yes, that's April Macy.
April Macy.
Thank you, April. She came up to me.
I know January Februarman.
Oh, yeah.
She's very
Don't
good.
know if I
She's
know
also
April.
very funny, January February. She's really
funny.
good.
She
She's a
does
little
all-
dirty. Still dirty.
Yeah, but she does that whole calendar shtick.
It's a little
It's so fucking funny.
Cold and rainy.
That's right.
But April came and helped me, and then I cried for a little bit, and then it was all good. But I was like, wow, nobody. That whole trip, not one person would help. I'm like,
Well,
really?
let me explain the problem. Okay. We decided safety uber alles. Safety, safety, safety. It was all going to be about safety. And if you listen to the speech they make into the Squawk Box, they now say we're here primarily for your safety. But basically what they're saying is we're not a fucking nurse,
Nope.
and we're not a housemaid,
We're not gonna help you.
and we're not a waitress.
Nope.
We're done helping you.
Yeah.
We're here for safety.
Yep.
And COVID just sort of supersized all
Yeah.
the safety stuff. So then what they started going is like, listen, I don't get up and get you shit, even though that was our original deal. I now am here for safety. So if the shit goes down, I'll guide you to the exit, or I'll help inflate the raft or something. But I ain't here. I'm here for safety. And
Not at your service.
they announce it hard now. They go, safety. And then you go, oh, but I want peanuts. You know,
No
they're like,
safety.
no, that's,
You can't
there's
have
nothing.
peanuts.
Yeah, they can't have pretzels. Like, you can't have stuff because I'm not. What if your waiter or waitress just announced, listen, I'm not really here to bring you food. I'm here more for the safety
If you
of
choke,
the people
I
in the
will help
restaurant.
you.
Yeah, I'll do a Heimlich on
That's
you,
it.
but I'm not gonna refill your iced tea because I'm a safety oriented person.
Oh, they'll tell you when they're not going to serve you anything. You ever been on a flight when they say
yes.
we're going to
suspended.
experience some
Turbulence.
and we're
Yeah.
suspending service.
Suspending service.
Before I even start, I just know that I'm not serving you.
And the internet is out. There's nothing you can do. Just sit there
Southwest
and
to Vegas, that's all you get now. It was a little bumpy coming out, so we're going to go ahead and I thought, okay, so now we get nothing.
Nothing.
Safety.
When they can hand that to you on the way in.
I could imagine,
Yes.
I know. I think one of my last conversations with an adult would probably be if the shit really went down on a flight and the stewardess just jumped in front of me, pushed me aside, and dove out for to save herself. I'd go, safety. We've been working off of this flawed premise the entire time. Now's your chance to come through, and we got nothing.
Nothing.
All right, I got. You guys, are you guys with me on this one? Was I talking about when they give the speech on the plane? First off, I go absolutely insane on all the no smoking conversations because the tampering with, disabling, or destroying has driven me nuts since the day I started flying. And it only used to be one airline, and now it's all airlines, which is, bitch, you had me at tampering. It's a smoke detector. You can't tamper. You can't tamper with it. Disabling and destroying also falls under tampering. You cannot. You cannot. No. There's no lawyer good enough. Mark Garagos could not make the argument. Well, you said he couldn't tamper with it, but he took a bat to it.
And that's not tampering.
It's all
he just
tampering.
disabled it.
Or you can just go with disabling.
You didn't tamper, you just disabled.
We don't need or destroying. It's just tampering with disabling or destroying. They do what they go. There's no smoking, no vaping. It's 2024. There's nobody. There's nobody ever. So they overdo it with the smoke detector and all the smoke talk. But when it comes to inflating the vest, they give the part where you can do it manually. They mail it in. That tube is like a foot from their face, and they go, blow into the... I'm like, bitch, put it in your mouth. Unless you want me to blow into it from a distance, because that ain't going to work. They don't do it. And by the way, if you're just sitting in the plane and you're just watching them and the shit goes down and your vest doesn't inflate, you would hold it 6 inches away and blow at it.
What if someone doesn't speak English?
Someone doesn't speak it. They also say blow into the thing. Well, that's what you're doing.
Right.
But your lips aren't touching.
Right.
You got to say put it in your mouth. And don't tell me you don't have time for extra verbiage, because we just went through the smoke detector. We just went through the morass of extra talk that was smoking, and now all of a sudden we're short on time.
Summon that energy.
Summon the energy. Put it in your mouth. Say, okay, if it does not inflate, put the GD tube in your goddamn mouth and start blowing. Don't hold it away from your mouth. And by the way, if you have to blow up a raft at home or basketball, a kid's toy for a pool, don't hold it away. You got to put the shit in your mouth. Bitch, put it in your mouth.
Just a whole bunch of people as it's going down, just blowing like this.
Yeah, it's not inflating. Well, since when do you demonstrate something incorrectly?
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? What do you think any karate instructor works that way? You know what I mean? Let me show you how to get a knife away from somebody and grab the wrong part. I get it. Sorry. Put it in your mouth, bitch.
Because hepatitis Hank had it before.
Put it in your mouth.
And they don't want to. They're like,
okay. Then say, don't say blow into the tube. Say insert it into your mouth and blow into the tube. They're always about, what are they, about 3 inches away? They go, I'm not going to do that. Oh, you don't want people to do what you're doing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not like when they do the seatbelt demonstration, they miss the buckle, because that's essentially what's going on here. You know what I mean?
They click it and pull it.
They click it and they pull it. So what it is, I'm sitting here, I don't speak English, and I'm doing verbatim what this bitch is doing.
Right.
That's all. They all do. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
You're going to get people killed.
You're going to cost.
People are going to die because of them.
First off, we probably lost a lot of Americans already when, planes went down into the ocean. The thing didn't properly inflate.
And they found them, and their
blowing.
vests were just completely flat.
Completely flat. Their mouth was 3 inches away from the tube, and they were out of breath.
Now I think about Amelia Earhart.
Yeah. That's why.
She'd still be alive.
I think people on the Titanic, they found them like that.
And they'd be like, did these people die? No, they hyperventilated, tried to blow up their vests. And then they went to the ocean. What is that speech? There is a speech. I mean, it's tampering with, disabling, destroying, whatever. It's the same. It's the same on everything. But the blowing into the vest, they don't say put the tube in your mouth.
I mean,
they can blow into it.
Some airlines might say it. They said you can either... And then there's also
if it doesn't inflate. If it doesn't inflate, you have to inflate it manually by blowing into the tube. They don't go shoving it in your mouth and blowing.
Yeah, they say blowing into the tube. You're right.
And they hold it.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. Put it in your mouth. Blow.
Put it in your mouth and blow.
By the way, I find it erotic. You're an attractive woman.
Please
I got
put it in your
time to kill. Who knows what could happen in that bathroom if you do a good job on that raft? You know what I mean?
As long as you don't tamper the smoke detector.
Yeah, you want me to pay attention? Put it in your mouth. All right, but blow into it and then just wipe it down then for the next guy. Mm-hmm. Okay, or make that your vest.
That's your vest.
That's your personal vest.
Everyone should get their own personal
vest. Like at work when you have your own fork.
Yes.
That's yours. No cooties. All right, try to find that. I give a good.
That's good though.
A good Mike August discussion.
Let's hear it.
Well, Mike. Now, Ali. Mike is a guy I travel with. Does all these shows.
Mike will.
And he Mr.
And
Nyquil.
the box knife.
Mike won't. Yeah, the box. And he's one of these guys who misunderstands almost every conversation you have, but he doesn't know it. And even when you make fun of him, he doesn't care. And I realize this is a fair number of people I have conversations with now just have no idea what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking about it, and I really do. You know, remember that scene, back to the theme, Airplane?
Yeah.
And the guy comes in and goes like, she had to be rushed to the hospital. A hospital? What is it? It's a large building with beds in it. Don't you feel like you're having a lot of those conversations now with people? That was a joke.
Yeah.
It's not really a joke anymore. I have these conversations. So first one I had, very important. I did some research on it. But Mike was explaining to me that in the movie Roadhouse.
Yeah, which one? The new one?
New one or old one? I think the guy's Dalton.
His name's Dalton in both.
Right. So Mike says to me, you know what Dalton from Roadhouse last name is? I go, I've seen Roadhouse 28,000 times. And I've seen the new one. Mm-hmm. I'm like, Dalton. I'm picturing him coming in. Hey, Dalton, you're late. And I, Dalton, I go, no, never. I've never heard them say his last name. And he goes, Kincaid. And I go, Dalton Kincaid. What part of the movie was it? Like I was cashing a check and they showed it or something? Yeah. Had to show his license or something. His name is Dalton, Mike. He never called Dalton Kincaid. Kincaid's his last name. I go, how do you know, Mike? Because this is now, we always have to explore everything with Mike. And Mike goes, there's a college football player named Dalton Kincaid, and he was a standout tight end, and he was named after Dalton. And I go, yeah, his first name was named after Dalton, but Kincaid was his name.
Right.
And then the parents liked Roadhouse so much that they named him Dalton, but Kincaid is their name. And he goes, nope, it's Dalton Kincaid. Now, anyone who knows Mike knows we're already off and running in the crazy conversation department. I go, Mike, you know my son? Yeah. Sonny? Yeah. Santina? Uh-huh. He's named after the character in The Godfather. Right. But his last name is not Corleone. It's Carolla. You see how this works now? He got The Godfather first name, but we didn't bother to change our last name. Right. But we like The Godfather, so we named him Sonny, but not the last name. And he goes, his name? Dalton Kincaid. I go, Mike, that's the guy on the football team, but named Dalton, but they didn't do the last. Okay, people. This is everyone, and this is really Joe Biden's fault. He talks like people don't have a phone. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, if we were by a campfire, I'd go, you know what?
Yeah.
You got me. But I just picked the phone up.
Right.
All right. First name James, last name Dalton.
I just was going to say, in the original, it's his last name.
Yeah, James Dalton is his name.
Yes.
All right. I'm glad we spent 22 minutes on this thing. And my logic we didn't get anything. Later on in the day, because this is what we do when we stay at the Airbnbs. Mike and I sit in the living room and argue all day. I go, this movie Unfrosted, I see Jerry Seinfeld everywhere plugging this Unfrosted movie. And he goes, oh, man, this thing's big. It's going to be, I don't know, 3,000 theaters or whatever. I go, I don't think it's in the theaters. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I go, I've seen him do like 80 interviews, and he keeps saying Netflix. Netflix produced. Now, here's the thing about the guys who are wrong. They bring receipts, but the wrong ones.
Right.
Because, well, Netflix produced it. Yeah, but it's on Netflix, too. It's also got a wide release. And then I go, I don't think it's in theaters because I've heard it talked about a lot, but I've never seen it. He goes, look at the cast, got Melissa McCarthy in it. I go, I understand there's celebrities in the movie, but I still don't think it got a release. Oh, come on, that's got a great cast. Yeah, it's got to be 2,500 seats or what. I go, I think it's on Netflix. You know, we argue for another 20 minutes. Out comes the phone. All right, it's only on Netflix. That doesn't slow the roll.
I like that you wait 20 minutes. The first thing I would like immediately I was ready to go to my phone.
You have to get the argument in as a man.
As a man, yeah.
As a woman, you have to get the facts and show you that you're wrong.
No, because the plan is to see if we can use our cunning and logic to win over the person who's dumb.
Right.
Yes.
Who has that time?
I thought that if I said, my son is named Sonny Carolla.
That is a good point.
Not Sonny Corleone.
Nope.
That would work. It might work on some men. Not Mike. Not Mike.
That should have worked.
I'm standing on it.
You stand on it?
No. I would relate. But Sonny, he go. I argue with people like this. Like, yo, man, are you standing? Okay, this is the last straw. See, when you go to the phone, this is when you're at the last straw. You have used all your logic. You went so many different directions with it.
Yep.
And then, you know something? Okay.
Now we're going.
Boom.
Yeah.
Do you that? Jimmy Dalton.
A woman makes that argument while on the phone.
You're right. You're smarter than we are. Going to the phone for a dude is that kind of standoff when you're arguing with someone in a parking lot or something, and then they go, at the end, they go, I'm calling the cops. And then you go, I'm calling the cops. You go, good, call them.
Good, call them.
There's two people that both agree the cops should be called. Those are dudes. And they keep arguing. The phone is the cops. Like, all right, now I got to do it. I got to get the phone involved. Oh, go get the phone involved. A lot of bravado.
I have a phone.
I got a phone, too.
I got a phone.
That's right. No, we had to argue mightily for a long period of time before we went.
All the cunningness that you have has to be on display.
I got
if
it.
this doesn't work, what about this knife? You got to do it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, but I got it.
I also then had to point out that Kincaid is also a great name from the Partridge Family.
Yes.
The manager was named Reuben Kincaid. And if these guys had an ounce of dignity, instead of Dalton Kincaid, which doesn't live anywhere, you go with Reuben Kincaid.
But hold on, because obviously my first thought is, and I was ready to go, I only think in the original it's James Dalton, but in the new one, his first name is Dalton, and they do say a last name. Is that true?
In the new one, his name is Elwood Dalton.
Elwood, you're right. Okay.
Now you're getting into the Blues Brothers. See if Dalton Kincaid got drafted or what team he's going to play for, because I hope he makes it into the show, and I hope he has a Gronk-style run, because I shall never let Mike forget this. If every time that guy catches a pass, I'm going to bring this shit up.
Absolutely.
That's what guys do,
Dalton
too.
Kincaid.
Yeah,
Yes.
laid on thick.
They go Dalton Kincaid. Go bring it up.
I mean, it's a great name.
Yeah, there, Mike, there goes Dalton Kincaid spiking a ball. Just like I spiked that information on your fucking forehead when we were back at that Airbnb in Salt Lake City. Remember that from 14 years ago, Mike? That's how I'm going to do it.
I can't wait. Please record that.
He's on the Buffalo Bills. All right. First season. All right, good. Let's keep an eye on that kid. I hope he lasts 30 years in the league.
For him, yeah.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll do some news right after this. Tommy John elevate every morning with Tommy John Second Skin underwear. With Tommy John, you're much more comfortable, so you'll do everything better. Second Skin underwear has dozens of comfort innovations like a supportive contour pouch and breathable, lightweight, moisture-wicking fabric, 4 times more stretch than competing brands. I'm wearing mine now. I never leave the house without them. Great, especially if you're working out and working up a little sweat. They dry on you. It's you'll be ruined for all others. I'll tell you that. Over 20 million pairs sold, thousands of 5-star reviews. Tommy John doesn't have customers, they have fanatics. Like I said, buy them and tell me if you will wear anything else, because that's about the best you can say about any product. Best pair you'll ever wear. It's free, guarantee, right, Dawson?
Shop Tommy John's Friends and Family Sale right now and get 25% off site-wide at TommyJohn.com/Adam. Save 25% for a limited time at TommyJohn.com/Adam. TommyJohn.com/Adam. See site for details.
Z-Biotics, let's face it, a night of drinks, I don't bounce back like I used to. It's not like the old days. Go out, time went on, get up at 6 and swing a hammer all day. Now, those days are behind me. Although, Not anymore, because I found Z-Biotics. Z-Biotics pre-alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic, invented by PhD scientists, by the way. It's just a group of PhDs. And, well, if you have a rough morning and you've been drinking the night before, that's the genesis of Z-Biotics. So when you drink alcohol, it turns into a toxic byproduct in your gut, and that's the blame for your rough next day, not dehydration. Z-Biotics produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make Z-Biotics your first drink of the night. I'm telling you, I do, did it at the Super Bowl party, I'd do it at the Oscar party. You do it because you know you're going to have a few drinks. Drink responsibly, and you'll feel better the next morning with Z-Biotics. Right, Dawson?
Vacations, weddings, birthdays, and reunions. Get the most out of your spring plans by stocking up on pre-alcohol now. Go to zbiotics.com/Carolla and get 15% off your first order when you use Carolla at checkout. Z-Biotics is backed with a 100% money-back guarantee. So if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/Carolla and use the code Carolla at checkout for 15% off. Thank you, Z-Biotics, for sponsoring this episode and our good times. May 12th, Bertram's back.
You're welcome, ladies.
Here's a sneak preview of the new animated show from Adam Carolla and the Daily Wire.
Sorry, just need to find a thingy to fix my gaming chair.
Flathead thingy or Phillips head thingy?
Who's Philip?
Subscribe now at dailywire.com and tell a friend before the premiere of Mr. Bertram on May 12th. Now back to the Adam Carolla Show.
Ali Siddiq here's got a special, The Domino Effect Part 3. That's coming out the 12th. And guess what? You can also watch Skinny Jodi Miller's Decades in the Making very funny special. I was there when she taped it. That'll be on YouTube. Let me ask if you guys can make sense of this. I was at Wise Guys in Salt Lake City. It was before the early show. And I was walking up to the side door to go on the side where the talent goes in or whatever, and met the person that always drives me nuts in the town whenever I'm in, except for not really, but sort of, but you guys know what I'm talking about when you're selling tickets on the road. 54-year-old woman, heavy set, looked a little disheveled, comes walking by, Adam Carolla! Adam Carolla. Oh my God. I'm going to get a picture because I'm a huge fan. I listened to Loveline back then. I was just a huge fan. I listened to back, blah, 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 blah. And I go, oh, all right. You coming to the show tonight? You're doing a show? I go, okay. Somebody's ad campaign did not work well. I'm going on a date, but I would have loved to come to the show, but I can't come to the show. I didn't know you were going to be. I'm a huge fan. I'm like, how did this miss her? But anyway, show sold out. Everything was great. So she goes, I'd love to go to a show, but I got a blind date. And I'm sizing her up, literally. And I'm like, oh, man, I don't think this guy's going to be happy about this situation. Now, look, she may have been a delight, but she was physically,
right.
a lot of woman. You know what I mean?
But you don't know what he looked like.
That's a good question.
Yeah,
that's a good question. And that's why I didn't try to beat her to the restaurant. The man in me thought, A, we should argue about Dalton's real name, or B, I got to get out ahead of this and see if I see a guy sitting alone staring at his phone in a booth, I may just give him a little clear it out. Pull the fire alarm
yeah,
or
but
something.
You don't know. He could be like...
That's what stopped me.
But what if...
That's what stopped me.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like that.
Because then she could walk in and she could see him and be like, oh, God, I'm actually going to Adam Carolla's show now.
Yeah. So I did. It was my impulse.
Good.
But I also remember going, man, blind date. He's not... whatever he looks like, he's not going to be happy when this comes through the door, right? So then... everyone needs love.
She loves herself.
There's a lid for every pot. But I'm just saying... You have expectations. Sometimes they're a little inflated.
Okay.
All I'm saying.
I have a friend.
You have a friend?
Named Lamont. It wouldn't matter what walked through that door.
I like that.
It's
Lamont.
Game on. It's like, yeah.
I was going to name my third son Lamont because I love Sanford and Son. Okay?
You talk about if that lady, whatever she looked like,
Lamont,
to you, he would have tapped you. Is that, hey,
I love that.
I'll take that.
It's
Adam,
a special
I'll take
gift.
that.
Adam, do you understand what's about to happen? I'm gonna love her.
It's a special gift. I wish I could
What'd
do
she
it.
look like? Was
I
like
wish I was
baby
good as
reindeer look
Lamont.
like? Is that what she looked like?
There were elements of baby reindeer. She was she just physically it was the guy was not
She's
going
a
to
fan
be.
that listens to the podcast.
No, I mean look. She's got a mirror. I'm just saying.
I can see Lamont now.
Lamont be all over that shit, and that's
right
what.
now
That's
he's like,
why
we're gonna get him. We're gonna get him.
Like, man, where's she at?
Where is she?
He gonna hear this and be like, man, where's she at? What airport?
It worked out. It worked out.
It did work out.
It worked out because after the first show, I may have been after the late show. I walked back out to the same place to go get in the car, and I see in the distance this woman, because she was recognizable even from behind, and a skinny ass dude.
What? Oh.
With a hoodie. Could have been Lamont. I don't know. Hood pulled up, looked young and skinny, and both of them were holding hands and just making their way across the street.
Look, well, it was a blind date. I was going to say if it was online dating, then he would have already. Well,
I don't, but I'm still trying to figure out what
was she kidnapping him? Was she?
Just don't really know.
Maybe
Where's
he's
Lamont?
blind.
Is he in the Salt Lake area
really a
over the
blind.
weekend?
He a big dude. You know,
He's big.
Yeah, he a big dude, stocky dude, like fit type big. But man, I know guys who like bigger women, and bigger women like slim dudes because they can get in their cracks.
I think there's a cultural thing too.
Yeah.
I think Lamont's
Cracks
got a
and
big
crevices.
dick.
No, I don't know, but I just know that
You don't know
I've
about
seen,
Lamont's
I've seen
dick?
it. No,
I bet he's got a big dick.
I have no idea. I
Really?
try to
Be
stay away
coy.
from penises.
That's fair.
It's a thing. I have one. I wield my own sword. You're like, no,
Yeah.
don't want to see your sword.
Yeah.
We're not going to duel with it.
I got a little more of a letter opener, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, you wield your own sword. Yeah.
But I know dudes who like bigger women.
I do too.
I like a thick woman.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, it's a gift. It's better. It's better. It's like the people. Anytime you narrow the field to a race or a hair color or a size, all you're doing is shrinking that pool.
That's true.
You got a potential pussy pool. It's the PPP, and you're taking your PPP and you're shrinking it.
Tiny.
Lamont has a huge. He has the Salton Sea of potential pussy. There's nothing he won't fuck.
So much puss.
So much.
It's wide open for him.
So, but
That's
he
what I'm
likes
saying.
small. But I mean, would he take a skinny girl?
Yeah.
All right.
It's not a problem. But the big girl is like, you're not scaring him off because you're a big girl. He's like, action, game on.
I like Lamont.
Like, he's the guy that, when the girl comes with a friend, and you don't know what the friend look like or nothing. Lamont, like, it don't matter what she look like. I'm good. I'm your wingman. I got you. And
Right.
So you get there, nice girl walk in, then girl that you really not attracted to, he is like, hey,
Lamont's
man,
there.
listen. And then months later, you're not even dealing with the gorgeous chick no more, but he's still dealing
Lamont.
with this girl. He's like, yeah,
I like Lamont.
You remember her, huh?
I like him. I like him a lot. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Lamont's a good guy.
We need more Lamonts.
We do.
You definitely need a strong wingman.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, you need a Lamont type because he's like an army jeep. He'll run off of gas. He'll run off of diesel. He'll run off of perfume. He'll run off of anything that's ignitable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Aqua net in the tank.
Yeah.
He'll run off of anything. You need that. You can't have a picky wingman.
No.
Definitely can't.
Picky wingmen start going after your girl.
Is that true? That
Oh,
happens?
yeah.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
If Lamont was picky, he'd be going after the model.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of these rappers had that in they battle raps. I slept with your baby mama. Like, damn. Okay.
That is.
Like, you didn't sleep with Lamont's baby mama.
No, stayed away from Lamont.
Stay away from it. You didn't sleep with Lamont's girl. Why you sleep with this girl? Like, no, not my type.
See,
Okay.
Lamont's onto something. He picked a girl that other guys don't want. So you don't have to worry
No matter
about
how much
people
you in a
coming.
beef with him, no
That's
matter how
right.
much I don't like you, I'm
Right.
still not messing with your girl.
That's right.
You know, Lamont has a theme song. Dawson, you got to find it from the 60s. If you want to be happy for the rest of your life. Yeah, that's a Lamont.
If you
That's a
wanna be
Lamont.
happy for the rest of your life.
Get an ugly girl to
make
be
your wife.
So, personal
It's from
point of
Beetlejuice.
view.
And
Get
Beetlejuice
an
coming
ugly
out,
girl
remember?
to marry you. And then at the end of the song, he's getting shit from his other bandmates. He goes, man, your woman is ugly. And she goes, well, she sure can cook.
Can you imagine that song came out today?
Oh, my God.
Oh,
yeah.
Canceled.
Immediately.
For no reason.
All right. Should we do, let's see. Yeah. Saw your wife the other day. Yeah. She's ugly. Oh, yeah.
But she can cook. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Her eyes don't match.
Eyes don't match.
That throwaway, like, yeah, okay, was, people don't realize they did that in Shaft.
What?
When he goes, that Shaft is one bad mother, and they go, shut your mouth. And he goes, it's all about Shaft. Like, it was like, he didn't sing it. He just went, hey, babe, let me tell you something, backup singers. Leave me alone. I'm a session musician. I don't know what he's saying, but he throws it away. He doesn't sing. He's like, just all about Shaft. Like, he's giving a matter of fact.
Just talk the line.
Just talking. He's not singing it. And they sing it. Now we got to hear Shaft because it makes. But that's right up there with the Ugly Wife song.
Oh, it's a good song.
I
don't think I ever really listened to that.
Very detailed.
Yeah, I didn't listen to the words.
Yeah,
Eyes don't match.
Eyes don't match. I can't get over that.
I like that there's two cooking references
There's
in
two,
there.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's all she does.
Yeah.
She's ugly and cooks.
She's ugly and cooks.
Make meals on time.
Right. And I like that his bandmate has to point it out to him.
Yeah, did you know your wife is that ugly?
In a recording session.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I saw her.
Yeah, I know.
saw her.
We're in the same.
It's not even the first time.
Yeah,
it's not even the first time. He's like, I saw her.
I was reminded once again.
How ugly.
Just how
ugly
ugly she is.
Well, let me impress this upon you for a second time, my brother. She can cook.
What?
All right. Okay.
I think you can insult somebody if you end it with a compliment.
Yeah, but also it's not like she's a sweet, kind, funny person. It's she can cook.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's not like she's nice.
All right, we have Isaac Hayes. Because it could be the same guy, same session guy from the Ugly Wife thing. Don't I? Oh, yeah. Now, Ollie or Allie, I'm sorry, have you heard this musical song before?
Oh, several times.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it made it over to the black community. I don't know. I know Jody knows it.
Yep.
Yes, he's a man of color as well. So you're saying it has crossed over into the black community. Your people would know about the song? Okay.
Definitely would know
Hey,
this song.
fantastic. Laid 5 on me, my soul brother. That's awesome.
This song is from Hot Buttered Soul, if I'm not mistaken.
I would go. Whitey knows it from Shaft, but all right, you might have to skip forward.
You got to definitely skip forward.
This is very instrumental.
15 minutes.
Yeah, 50 minutes instrumental.
No, this is the long intro.
Yeah.
Look at the way album covers used to look.
All the ladies. Oh.
I don't think I ever heard that opening line. Who's the private dick?
Oh, it's a sex machine to all the chicks. Yeah.
I'm like,
That's not the radio version.
Lamont.
They say Lamont's a bad mother.
Shut your mouth.
Let's talk about Lamont.
Then we can dig it.
All right. I think we should hold the news until Zoltan comes in here because we just had too much fun with you guys. Let's see. So is Allie? I mean, Ollie, sorry. Clicked on my own character there.
Yeah, do his plugs.
All right. The Domino Effect Part 3, YouTube. That'll be May 12th. And Jodi as well, May 12th. Stand-up special, Decades in the Making. All right. We'll bring another stand-up comedian in who I just got done watching. He's got a special from the Dry Bar, which I was at on Saturday. I physically went to the set. 60 million plus views. It's an interesting concept. Anyway, we'll talk to Zoltan right after this. Homes.com knows that when it comes to home shopping, it's never just about the house or condo. It's about the home. And what makes a home is more than just a house or property. It's the location. It's the neighborhood. If you have kids, it's also schools, nearby parks, transportation options, all the above. That's why Homes.com goes above and beyond to bring home shoppers the in-depth information they need to find the right home. And when I say in-depth, I'm talking about deep. That's right. Each listing features comprehensive information about the neighborhood, complete with a video guide. They also have details about local schools with test scores, state rankings, and student-to-teacher ratio. They even have an agent directory with the sales history of each agent. So when it comes to finding a home, not just a house, this is everything you need to know, all in one place. Homes.com. Homes.com. We've done your homework. Oh, Riley Auto Parts. Well, they're in the business of keeping your car on the road. Friendly, helpful service, and the parts people with the knowledge who know how to do maintenance and repair. It's so funny. I was just driving up in my old neighborhood the other day on Foothill Boulevard, and I saw the old O'Reilly I always used to go to when I lived in the neighborhood, and I was wrenching on my own car because I had to, because I couldn't afford a lease. I had to fix my own car. So they've got thousands of parts and accessories in stock, either in store or online. You never have to worry. If you're in a jam, they got your part. The team at O'Reilly Auto Parts can test your battery for free in or out of your car, which is very helpful. And if it needs to be replaced, they'll help you find the right one for your vehicle. Need your windshield wipers replaced, the brake light fixed, or a quick service? They'll help you find the right part, or they'll point you to the nearest local repair shop for help. Whether you're an auto aficionado or novice, O'Reilly employees are knowledgeable, helpful, and friendly. They're the professional parts people. So stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. Rosetta Stone. Oh, my kids are heading off to college soon, and they're going to want to travel, maybe see the world. Well, they're going to have to learn a new language wherever they go, and that's where Rosetta Stone comes in, the most trusted language learning program available. And you can get it on desktop or as an app. Truly immerse yourself in the language you're learning. 30 years, millions of users, 25 languages, Spanish, French, Italian, German, Korean, Chinese, Arabic. It's all there at Rosetta Stone. Designed for long-term retention, no English translations. Learn to speak, listen, and think in that language. Plus, the built-in true accent feature gives you feedback on your pronunciations. So you can get a lifetime membership, and it has all 25 languages for 50% off. It's Rosetta Stone, right, Dawson?
Don't put off learning that language. There's no better time than right now to get started. For a very limited time, Adam Carolla Show listeners can get Rosetta Stone's lifetime membership for 50% off. Visit rosettastone.com/Adam. That's 50% off unlimited access to 25 language courses for the rest of your life. Redeem your 50% off at rosettastone.com/Adam today. Celebrating 15 years of podcasting, here's a memorable moment from the Adam Carolla Show's Ace Awards archives.
Barkley's so great because he is the most contrarian person on the planet. Like, he will say things that even that Charles himself does not believe.
LeBron James is the 27th best player in the NBA,
Nope,
Ernie.
that's not true,
He's
Charles.
terrible. He's not
terrible.
even the best player on the Cavaliers, Ernie.
Stop. That's Charles on one end of the table. At the other end of the table is Shaq, and Shaq is no longer doing basketball analysis. I don't think he said one thing about basketball in the last 2 years. No, he's just trying to slip in like stories about movies, TV shows, commercials that he's made. It's like he's reading his own IMDb profile. I was a genie. I turned down Space Jam.
Ernie, tell Kenny to tell Shaq to tell Ernie that James Harden is a Hasidic Jew, Ernie. He's living on La Brea, Ernie. He's driving a Ford Aerostar.
I put an ice hot sleeve on a Buick.
Ernie.
Now, for some new memorable moments, let's get back to the Adam Carolla Show.
Zoltan Kaszas, very funny comedian, is in the studio. Good to see you, Zoltan.
Thank you so much for having me.
I was watching your special, or at least part of it. Certainly the bit from Dry Bar, the whole cat bit, 60 million. I said it said 69 million, I thought, when I looked at it.
It's
crazy.
too many.
It's too many.
Yeah, it's too many.
So Dry Bar's interesting. Jodi,
Yes.
have you heard of this?
Yes.
I had not heard. I did not know. But I don't know anything about comedy.
That's what. Yeah, we know that. Yeah. Mhm.
But it's interesting. So they're out in Provo. Is there Provo?
Provo, Utah.
And they do these amazing specials,
Yeah.
but they're clean.
Yes.
And I think comedians have a thought where they go, "Oh, I don't need to do a clean," and then you go, "That is a challenge, though."
It is, yeah.
And every comedian should sort of try it. That's what I think.
I also think that a lot of comics, and myself included, when I started out, was like, oh, I can't even do a clean set. The jokes aren't as good. They're not going to be as good. And then when I started doing them, some of the jokes that I was doing in a dirty way when I cleaned them up were actually better.
Yeah.
Cleaner. They just killed in a different way. And obviously, we're now clean. And I was like, oh, I can do it. Now, I mean, like, obviously, I think who you are on stage is an extension of who you are off stage. So I swear off stage, so I swear on stage, but I can do it clean, and I don't think it takes away from my comedy for sure.
Are you a clean comic, Zoltan,
Yeah.
or did you clean it up for Dry Bar?
That's a better way of. I cleaned it up for Dry Bar, but then I started selling tickets.
Right.
And these
Right.
people were expecting it
Yep.
clean.
Right.
So then I became a clean comedian, and that's how that ended up.
Yeah, so I was talking to Jeff, who runs the whole Angel Studios over there, and was it Angel?
Yeah, Angel.
No, that's it.
Yeah, I thought it was Angel something. I don't know. And I was looking through the set and everything, and he said something that made sense, which is like initially they were trying to get like Christian comedians and stuff, but it turns out they weren't funny. He said, turns out it's much better to get funny comedians and tell them to clean it up.
Yeah.
And I did Dancing with the Stars. It's like live, prime time, ABC. That's like, there's no cussing on that. You've got to be fun. They want you to be funny, but you have to be funny and clean.
Yes.
And then you end up going, oh, this is actually a challenge.
Yes.
This is a bigger challenge than not.
It's a good exercise to see what jokes and how you can change them to make them fit.
Yeah.
And then seeing the response to it, you're like you were saying, like, oh, this is kind of better than it was the way before, and I might just keep it this way.
You know what's funny is when I did America's Got Talent, I did a dog and cat bit. So cats and dogs, animal bits always do really well.
Yeah.
And it got, a lot of heat from it. I did a lot of shows, after that. And people that came to see me, I'll never forget, I did one up in like Woodland Hills, and it was a huge outdoor theater. I think a little older crowd. But anyway, they all expected me to be clean because of America's Got Talent. And when I started talking about being a cougar and fucking young guys, they were like, a couple of people were like, what's happening?
Right.
I think they wanted me to do an hour of just cat and dog material and how innocent. And I was like, oh, this is like my material. I fuck young guys. And people were like, she fucks young guys. And they were just like, kind of like, oh my God. And then there was a couple of young guys that were like, I'll do it.
I think it's kind of like, I don't know why, but remember when you were a kid and you learned your teacher's first name?
Yes.
You know Mr. Stewart's his name is Mike. What? It's like somehow your mind was blown over nothing.
That they have a life outside of the school, that somebody calls somebody different. Yeah.
Oh, God. I remember seeing my kids went to their school and they were like in the second grade or something, and their teacher, 26, nose stud, go-go boots, kind of hot, and dressed inappropriately for 7-year-olds, and she had this huge Starbucks with a big dome on top of the thing, and her first name was just written in big lettering, like on the front, and I was like, I remember I walked up to her, you may want to turn that around, because once these kids find out, she goes, they all call me by my first name, and I'm like, oh shit, it's on.
Okay.
It's done. We're done with the part where you're the teacher. You're the best friend now.
Yeah. And now a little bit of the respect is gone.
I agree with that,
you got to have a little respect and an air of mystery. You know what I mean? Like celebrities used to have, now it's just a bunch of pictures of them looking bad on the beach and their kids playing cell phone recording from when they were drunk, yelling at them and stuff, trying to eat a Jack in the Box burger, and you go, oh, come on, that's Knight Rider. You know what I mean?
That's the best. I knew it was David Hasselhoff. That was so good.
I miss, Alec Baldwin, little
Baldwin,
piggy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like everyone just records everyone now. Everyone looks like hell.
Yeah.
I don't know. Didn't you like celebrities being celebrities?
Yes.
I like the mystery of it.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want someone chubby on the beach bending over, picking up their kids. I want to see that guy in a tuxedo for the movie premiere.
Right.
And that's it.
It's basically all now like somebody you loved or revered, like your Nana or something, and you went into the bathroom right after she just blew it up. And you're like, oh, she's real. Oh.
She's a human.
She's human. I don't
she
like...
eliminates her waste.
She's the nice lady who tells me stories and makes me lemonade. I don't like... She destroyed the
Now
bathroom.
you can see celebrities blowing up bathrooms.
I know.
If you look hard enough, you can.
I don't like it. I don't like that whole thing in People or Us, like celebrities, just like you and me. They shop at Trader Joe's.
What?
Like, I don't want to know
No.
this. No, they yell at somebody to shop for them.
Apparently,
That's what I want.
Channing Tatum was at Renaissance Fair yesterday, and I know that because my friend went. He was eating a turkey leg. I know. You can't have Channing Tatum eating a turkey leg out in public.
I agree.
That means he has abs and eats a turkey
Disgusting.
leg, which is an extra middle finger.
Yes.
Gross.
Yes.
The Renaissance Fair.
I don't get it. I don't like it. I like my first off, half of them were gay. We didn't even know it. That's how close to the vest they played it. Rock Hudson, but that guy pulls a ton of tail.
Yeah.
Oh, look at him. He's on the red carpet with Judy Garland. I bet he's getting into some of that.
Well, they tried it with Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie.
Oh, I
remember
know.
that? Remember that uncomfortable wedding? And they walked out. Did you remember that?
The kiss.
The kiss.
They had to make
was
out on MTV.
It was terrible. It was so bad.
Yeah. Well, I think anytime you have to prove to an audience you're not gay, that's trouble. You know?
Right.
Yeah. I had that situation with Tom
Did
Cruise.
you had to prove it? That you weren't
Well,
gay?
remember there was it's kind of weird. There was a lot of rumors swirling around with Tom Cruise being gay.
Tom. I thought you meant with you.
Well, I was involved with this.
Okay.
And but remember there was a lot of Tom Cruise's gay rumors?
Yeah.
And then he's like, you think I'm gay? I'm going to take this dirt bike and ride it off a cliff. Still think I'm gay? I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this Husqvarna 250. I'm just going to aim it off this cliff. Ever see a gay dude do that? Not really. All right. But I'm going to put this to bed right now. And that's what he did. He launched his motorcycle off a cliff and he parachuted down. And everyone's like, well, I guess he's not gay.
That was him kissing a woman.
That was his moment.
That was his moment.
Because I remember I was over at Jimmy's house like 15 years ago, and he came over to watch football with us. And I was like, this seems like some straight guy material here. But he showed up with his mom.
That seems some...
And he brought cupcakes. And I'm like, now it's all done.
Yeah.
We've wiped away your gay goodwill.
Yep.
Now we're back.
We're back.
Yeah. But maybe the argument is I'm that straight. I could show up with my mom. She could bring cupcakes.
That's a big dick move.
That's a big dick move.
Yeah, you're like, I'm going to show up. I don't know everyone at this party, but I'm Tom Cruise. I'm bringing my mom and cupcakes.
Cupcakes.
You know, I don't know if it's a big... It's actually kind of a pussy move. It's like, no one can be rude to you. Not that they would because he's Tom Cruise, but you bring your mom and cupcakes, no one's going to be... No one's going to be a dick.
I lost no respect for the man whatsoever.
You just feel like you brought your mom. No, that your mom, you're just like, yes, of course.
But until he had a driver, and he didn't drink. I was like, okay, now we can't hang
Does he
out.
drink, though?
It doesn't. Sorry.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Even if you're in
matter.
recovery, the
You've
fact that you
hired
had
a driver.
You hired a driver.
You have a driver.
You drink.
You drink.
Everyone knows that's
it.
the rule.
We're watching football. We got a
You're drinking.
kegerator. We're getting loaded.
You got your... Did his mom drink?
No.
Ugh.
So
they just sat there sober,
Eating
drilling
cupcakes.
these cupcakes and with the driver.
Well, the good news is I was drinking for both of them.
But did the driver drink?
I brought him a pony keg out to the car.
Just drink this quick.
Just shotgun this.
They're not drinking. They can drive you home.
Now the other guy who was gay. Well, I don't know. Tom Cruise isn't, because no gay guy would ever ride a motorcycle off a cliff.
Right.
Okay. So he proved it to us. Right? He proved it. I'm not gay. No.
Case closed.
Nobody says anything anymore. Not after the stunts.
I stopped questioning.
Yeah. Then there was the guy who was gay who wanted everyone to know, and nobody bought into it. No.
Wait.
Okay. Well, there's Freddie Mercury.
Oh, yeah.
He started a band called Queen, and people still didn't think.
Yeah,
he was
that's
gay.
true. Like, how did?
Then he started dressing like, an insane gay person, and still we didn't do it. Then he's like, "Fuck it, I'm going to get AIDS. I got it. I'm sorry."
And they were still like, he
must have got that from a hot chick.
Hot chick.
You pound that many models. Probably teaming chicks with Magic Johnson, right? What? That's how we got it.
Clearly.
All the signs were there.
Oh, we could have just listened, but we wouldn't.
Who's the other guy?
It's Freddie Mercury.
Oh, I thought
Sorry.
it was another one.
I don't have that many gay dudes.
Well, Elton John tried to be straight for a second.
Well, he did what I always call bi. Like I'm always like bi is gay with a publicist.
Right,
You know, he did the I'm bi, which really is you just saying I'm gay, but I don't want to go deep into the gay end of the swimming pool. So I'm just going to announce I'm bi and I'll bi. And
I'm still dressed like that.
Once we get the idea that you're bi, then it turns out it's like, hey, he married a man. You're like, yeah, okay, yeah, I don't have a thing with that because you're on your way. I always say, when you say, I should say on Love Line all the time, bi is you saying bye to heterosexuality and hello to homo. Is that too dirty for the drive-by?
I think you can do that in Provo.
Yeah.
Provo, that's perfectly.
That's good Provo humor there.
That's big. That would kill. Standing ovation in Provo.
They also don't drink there.
No, which I felt
that's-
really dumb about because when the first time I taped, the assistant was like, "Would you like a cocktail?" And I was like, I didn't think there was going to be cocktail. I was like,
Right.
please.
Oh, right.
And then they brought me a cocktail, and it was just sugary hell. And I'm like, man, I don't taste the booze in this.
Yeah, no.
And then he just looked at me, and I just went, dry bar.
Yeah.
Here we are. I'm an idiot.
I think that's more difficult for me performing for a sober crowd than it is me being clean.
Yeah, how was that?
Well, the crowds are hot. But have you ever done a show for NA or AA? Like,
Yes.
those crowds are the hottest
Yes, they're
crowds
so hot
you
because
could
they want to talk
ever.
about all that, and they love them when they just need something. I feel like that,
Well, I think they're trying to prove to themselves and everyone around them that they can have fun without being messed
True,
up. So
probably.
they end up being the hottest crowd ever.
Oh, really?
They can be great.
So the dry bar crowd's good crowd.
But if you do an AA or an NA show, you get
better.
a standing ovation for saying hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You
NA's,
walk off.
Yeah.
you know, you want to do a CA show because that's cocaine, you know.
Cocaine Anonymous.
That's where all the hot chicks who really put out are.
Really hot thin chicks.
And they overcompensate in the bedroom.
Yeah, they like
so you want
fast.
that, yeah. So I would do a CA show, yeah.
CA? All right,
Yeah, for sure.
I'll talk to my agent. We'll be like, we got to set
Get
these
that
up.
done.
Yeah.
Cocaine
Talk to
Anonymous.
Bill for me. So is this a let's see if we can kind of break it down here a little bit, because I think I'm going to do a clean show.
Okay.
So
I totally think you can do it.
yeah, I'll just do my whole Tom Cruise isn't gay bit. That's the
That's
first
gonna
10
go
minutes.
so well.
That's not dirty.
Yeah, no, I
It's
was
not
watching
dirty,
you talking about memory foam and, you know, being with your wife and stuff like that. It's just, you know, word selection,
Yes,
a lot of it.
You worked in radio for so long, too. I think you have that instilled in you.
Yeah, radio's great but the thing that is a little different about radio, and I don't think you can do in dry bars, like I couldn't get up there and go, these MF and A's are out there with their GD, these A-holes with their MF and GD and that's what you do in radio.
A lot of initials.
And then it's always funny then on the weekends when you're talking to your friends, like, I don't give a good F about you MFers and your GD kids. You hear me, you a-holes? And everyone's like, well, can you just speak normally?
I can't figure what out.
And you're like, no, because once this fucking bear gets loose, then I'll go right back to the mic with it. I have to stay in my GD lane.
That's very true.
I did the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Oregon Bend. I did that 3 years.
Oh, you did?
I've done it. I did it 3 years in a row, probably like 10 years ago. It was great. It was a great experience. The very first time, though, I did it. I mean, their big thing is like, yes, it needs to be clean. You can talk. You can make sexual references. Just choose your words wisely. All of that. No fuck. I could say ass. There was like a long list of things. I mean, maybe second joke, I fucking said fuck. Like it flew right the fuck out. And they laughed and I laughed and I was like, I'm so sorry. That is so. And I actually got like a few minutes off of just the fact that I said it, and I was trying not to say it anymore. And then that like really worked. And then they've invited me back for 2 more years, so it was fine. And I never swore again. But it was because my mind was like, don't say fuck, don't say fuck, don't say fuck, don't say fuck, don't say fuck.
Yeah, you
and then it
can't
comes
do
right
that.
out.
Yeah, I'm that way with the N-word, but keep going.
I was about to say, do you ever have the evil voice in your head when you're trying to be clean, going, what if you just yelled it?
Oh, God.
Just yell. Pick a 4-letter.
No.
What would this crowd do if you just
Well,
just,
what is? I want to know how the crowd. So you go sober, or not drunk, probably better. Although some of this is counterintuitive. But do you feel, Zoltan, about a crowd that knows you're clean,
right?
And it's like when you do improv on stage. You do improv on stage, or they say crowd work. Crowd work will get a big reaction because they know it's in real time. If that crowd work joke was in your act, it would not get that reaction. I don't mean crowd work in your act, but I just mean the same joke you just made. It's is there an appreciation that crowd has where they go, we know it's a little harder to do this, and we're thus appreciating it a little more?
People say that. Like, they'll come up after the show and they'll say, really funny, enjoyed the show. Also, I appreciate it that it's clean. And then I don't know how to feel about that, because I'm like, okay, so am I being graded on a curve?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, hey, listen, you weren't as funny as this other show I saw where they said everything that they can say.
Well, a little. I mean, it's kind of how human beings are. Like, if somebody was just at an event, you're at an event, you're not at a comedy club, you're just at an event, and then someone kind of pushes you, like, oh, say a few words to everybody at the event. You don't have to be that funny. You're mildly amusing will get big laughs because they know you weren't prepared. It's not what you do, whatever that thing is, right?
Yeah.
So I think everything is kind of context.
True. Yeah, true. And just, I don't know, like, my favorite is when people don't notice, and at the end they're like, oh, we watched your whole show and you didn't, it was clean. I could have brought my grandma to this, I think, and her head wouldn't have exploded. And she could have had a good time. I always like it when they realize it when I'm done.
When you're done.
Not so much like, we came for it, now they are coming for it, but I like it when they realize it after the fact.
So how did this help your ticket sales?
I had none before, and now I have some. So I had like no ticket sales before. Like, my favorite story to tell is the first time I headlined a club. The owner drove me to a pizza place, and he came out with a big stack of pizzas, and he just put them on my lap and didn't say a word. And they're hot. They're burning my thigh. They're hot. And as he's driving to the club, I go, what's up with all the pizzas? And he's like, wow, their ticket sales were light. So I made a Facebook post that said free pizza to anyone who comes to your show.
Oh, really?
And so I was like, I don't know, like, when life is actually burning you for your failures, like, it was a very direct moment. So that was most of my career, was free pizza night. And the last few years have been nicer to me. Yeah.
Yeah, so it made a difference.
A big difference. Dry bar and the cat thing, because cats in the internet are like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I remember the first show where people started showing up, and I was like, I think this is from the cat jokes. I was in Spokane, Washington, and the club was packed. And I looked, and it's all just middle-aged women in cardigans. Yeah. And I'm like, I think this is from the cat jokes. And then after the show, all these women are lined up showing me pictures of their cat. And I'm like, I think I've made it. I think something's happening.
Corner to market.
It is an animal. Honestly, my cat and dog thing, it's something about animals. That video, every time it's posted anywhere, it still picks up more millions of views. It just keeps getting I'm just like, it's just they love it. They love it. And they wait for it. Then the whole set, they're waiting for you to do it.
They get mad when I don't talk about the cats.
Yes, they're waiting. They're waiting and waiting and waiting. And yes, and when I stop doing that joke, people would be like, where's the cat and dog bit?
Yeah. Jodi, yours was cat, female, dog, male?
No, women are like dogs. Men are like cats.
Wait, women are like...
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, yeah. Women are like dogs. Men are like cats. Men are aloof and emotionally unavailable. Women are like dogs. Like, hey, where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Yeah.
Okay, because I had the exact same opposite.
The opposite, yes. Which is actually what is normally. That's normally what it is.
Why
the comparison. That's why I'm so smart. I'm really smart. So I mean, it's a long bit. I did it on AGT, and then I did it for many years, and I stopped doing it because we were done. I've done it so many times. I did it on TV. We're done. And people would still be like, oh, I thought you were going to do the cat and dog bit. I'm like, it's been 8 years.
I'm doing my
8 years. I have a daughter now. How about we talk about my daughter shitting her pants? We talk about that some more.
Watch
that's
your
not
language.
funny. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. This is a clean show.
I don't think I've ever done mine on stage. I'm going to do mine.
No, you can do yours. Yeah, I've retired mine.
All right.
You've done it for like unprepared, I think.
May have done it. Oh, yeah. Where is that clip? I'm going to find that one of these days. Yeah, mine. Yeah, everyone loves it. Mine's a sexual thing, not a attitudinal thing. But I stand by it. I think it's there for
for
a reason. I didn't know there was so much cat lovers. So many
Oh
cat
my
lovers
God.
out there.
I got booked for a cat convention.
I've done cat conventions too.
You've done them too.
I did
What
them
the
too.
hell? I'm leaving money on the table.
Look at YouTube. Did you know that honestly, well, pet videos, but cats, I think in particular, are like the number one or number two videos viewed. I think right after that's porn. I think it's cats are like slightly above porn. And here's a fun fact: Einstein made the first video of like the first like small short video. I'm trying to say like short film at the time, and it was two cats in a boxing ring. He did it in 18 something. You can find it on YouTube. Two cats boxing.
18 something?
I swear to God, it's 18 something. Dalton. Dalton. I just call him Dalton. Dalton Kincaid. Look it up.
18 something, and it was Einstein.
Einstein. The science, the math guy?
In New Jersey.
Equals
maybe.
MC squared?
Edison, sorry. Edison.
Let's see how nice we are. We didn't go, you dumb bitch.
No, did you see what I did? I immediately went to my phone.
Yeah.
You guys, I could have
Edison.
argued with it, but it was Edison. I'm sorry. Edison did it, and he had a studio in New Jersey. In 1893, I believe, but I don't know when he made the first cat video.
Albert Edison.
Albert Edison. You know Albert Edison.
91.
He invented the paw-shaped light bulb.
You know that. That's right. It was a paw and meowed when it went on. But anyway, that was the first like video or short film that, of two cats boxing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You'll have to see it.
It's been a winning formula for years.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm glad you're...
I'm leaving money on the table.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
Talking about life.
Oh, here we go. Look, right here. What was the date?
Oh, wow.
1894.
You're so right.
Okay, Edison. Look at this.
Cats boxing.
Look at this. Look at these cats.
That's
timeless.
It's back when we used to have animals entertain us.
This could work today.
This, I'm sure it has millions of views. Who's making the money off of this? Look at the guys holding the cat.
All the reboots that come out these days, and how's this not been redone?
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go.
Someone should recast that with
better
It'd
cats.
be like Will Smith's kids or something like that. Just like they did with Karate Kid.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Zoltan. I want to give you a plug here. Stand-up special, Honorary Jones. Am I saying that right?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. All right. Just make sure. Where'd that name come from?
It's about the last joke because I grew up without a dad, and so my best friend Jason's dad, Daryl Jones, was like my father figure, and he's a mechanic. He's since passed away, but he's a mechanic and redneck, rough around the edges. But there was a gig where they didn't want to pay me because I bombed. And he offered to go over there with me and start tipping things over in the lobby until they found the check.
They didn't want to pay you.
They didn't want to pay me.
Well, to be fair, they're out of pocket for the pizza. and there was no ticket sales.
It's just
you got to be a little
you actually owe them money.
This guy gave all his money to Papa John's. There's no ticket sales revenue.
And I'm about to bring a 300-pound redneck to destroy their lobby because they wouldn't give me the $400 check.
Did they?
They ended up paying me before before Friday came because he was like, Friday, why don't we close up the shop early and we'll mosey on down. Start
why'd you bomb?
It wasn't even stand up that they had me do. They had me stand on a pillar. It was Tullamore-Dew, the whiskey company, was doing a rooftop event, and they wanted me to yell out like toasting quotes and do toasts with people. But they didn't give me a microphone, and there was a loud DJ. And so the music's pumping, and they wanted me to do it for 4 hours.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So
the loud DJ.
You couldn't hear me, and people were like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm supposed to be giving toasts. So I'm just like quietly drinking with people because I have to yell in their ears so they can hear me. And it went horrible. And then at the end, they didn't want to pay me. And I said, okay. And then on the way home, I was like, I think they still have to pay me. I think they still owe me. But thankfully, after I talked to Daryl and he offered violence as a solution, I emailed their HR and I was like, I know I did a bad job, but I think you still have to pay someone if they do a bad job. And she's like, you're right. And so they sent the check and all was well. But
Yep. Jodi had the same conversation with her gynecologist. It's like, still got to pay, bitch.
Still got to pay.
Still got to pay.
She did a terrible job.
Your gynoplasty did not come out in a flattering way.
Just it looks terrible.
Sorry. You got to pay.
All right.
All right. Wow, 1894.
Yeah, 1894.
Cat video.
In South Orange, New Jersey is where his studio was. That's where he thought the movie industry was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
New Jersey.
Yeah. No. Tom Cruise is not moving to New Jersey.
No, because he's not gay. Only gay.
Only gay.
He proved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the stunts that talked us out of it.
I believe it now.
I never really thought about it, but I think that's what happened. Zoltan, sorry, Hungarian?
Yeah, born in Budapest. Very Hungarian, quarter German. Yeah.
I got a Laszlo Gorog in my family.
There you go.
I got a Bela
Yeah.
Gorog. I got a Bougie.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah, not related. They're step-grandparent, but man, can you lament with me? I don't know what city you live in. What city do you live in?
I grew up in San Diego.
Ugh. No Hungarian.
No.
Hungarian food is the best goddamn food.
It is.
And it's nowhere. It's nowhere.
You can't find it.
It's my neighbor. My neighbors are Hungarian. I was going to tell you, my neighbors
Yeah.
are. I'm friends with them, and they have 2 young sons, and they speak.
And you get your bang for your buck because once you're done with one plate, there's no room for more. It's very filling.
Yeah.
Because it's
Right.
it's peasant food, so it's
Yeah.
meant to fill you up for another big work day.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're getting your money's worth with one plate.
Wow.
Oh,
All right.
and there's no Hungarian food.
There's none
in
here
this.
though in LA.
No,
Really?
there used to be a place on Ventura Boulevard called Laszlo's Hordabaji, and we used to go there.
Oh.
When I used to take the guys, like some of the writers from Jimmy Kimmel Show, and we'd go, we're going to Laszlo's Hordabaji. It was so pumped about going out and eating
Right.
Hungarian food. Now, it's gone. And what I can't figure out, and when we travel, we always look for Hungarian because they have them in like Cleveland and stuff, but they
Right.
just don't have them here. And I want to say to everyone, do we need another Indian food place, another Thai food place, or another
know.
sushi place?
No.
Like, we're lousy with Indian food places, which is fine. I like Indian food, but we need one. Laszlo's Hordabaji on Ventura went out of business. Indian food place. Moved
Yeah.
in. I'm like, we don't need. It all tastes the same. It's all good, but it all tastes the same, and we're fine. Just give me a Hungarian. Nope.
People are scared.
They're scared.
They're always scared to try something new.
Right.
And they're like, I've had Indian. Let's go have
I
that.
forced them. Everyone I forced to eat Hungarian, and they thank me. And I'll make it at home.
All
Oh,
right.
you do?
I'll do chicken paprikash with no
Wow.
kettle. I'll go to town. Mm-hmm.
That's impressive.
Goulash.
You're keeping a Hungarian household there.
Chicken paprikash with
I've
the
never
no
had.
kettle is the goddamn Chris.
We've had it all over the country.
All
Wow.
over the country.
It's awesome.
The best.
Cleveland, that is the heartland. That's the most amount of
I just was
Hungarians.
going to ask you.
Is
where
it? Oh, I just pulled that out of my ass.
No, I've had audience members tell me because
Oh, wow.
Hungarians come to my show only because some of them don't know who I am,
Right.
and they're like, "No, we saw your name. That's
Right.
Hungarian. We came
Yeah.
to support."
Oh, wow.
They barely
Yeah.
speak English, and
Yeah.
they never say if they enjoyed the show. They're like, "We come," and I was like,
Can
"Thank
you do the accent?
Yeah, a little. Like my mom, she has it.
It's the craziest. Well, speak a little. Can you speak a little?
Now it's a lot of pressure. It's going to turn into
Yeah.
Macho Man. Because all my accents.
It sounds like a made up language.
It's Magyar.
Yeah.
Én nevem Zoltán. Én akarok venni vécézni.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
it's a wacky. It has
it's
no
wacky.
parent.
No, you don't recognize. Like if you
Yeah.
listen to Spanish, you hear like you hear
grab
like
on to, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Plus they rip off all our big words. Like yeah, it's go to the dictionary.
Yeah.
You know the
You're like,
dictionary. That's a
Come
fun.
on.
That's dictionary. That's all
Yeah.
us.
Come on.
I do that with my nanny all the time. I just go, let me give you some words. You know what I mean? How do you say dictionary? Dictionary.
Diccionario.
Okay.
It is a strange
And then
language.
how would you
Strange
say
language.
precision in
Oh,
your
yeah,
life? Precisionario. You know, it's like, okay,
Yeah,
those are
there's
just
an
our
added
words.
O.
Those are our, we got all the big words. You do dog, you do cat, you do house. That you do the easy ones. The big ones, that's all us. I mean it. Look up any good word.
That's true.
They ripped it off. But Hungarian, when I used to hear Gabi speaking to Bougie or Bela or Laszlo, so you couldn't understand. You couldn't pick one word out. You couldn't pick one word. It all sounds like crazy gibberish.
When I hear my neighbors talking Hungarian, and just the mom and her husband doesn't, but she's talking to them, and I the first time I heard it, I was like, "What is that?" I had no idea. I was like, "What language is that?" Because I have like.
Because it's not as cold as Russian.
No.
I thought it was Russian at first.
Yeah.
It's just the inflection of it, or
it's a little more sing-songy than Russian.
Yes,
and that's
I
think what makes it stand out a little bit. But
give us another shot of Hungarian.
In Imádlak, this is if anyone speaks Hungarian, they'll be like, "Wow, this guy barely. He has 2 phrases. He has to go to the bathroom, and he loves his mother. This is what he's got." But yeah, it's a very hard language to learn, but it's very easy to forget. That's why I forgot most of it.
Right.
Because when we moved here, we first lived in Pittsburgh, which is a huge Hungarian stronghold. And then when we moved to San Diego, my mom really started practicing her English, and then I forgot the Hungarian, and she got English. And
I got a limerick or a Hungarian tale.
Yeah?
Like a word song, like a nursery rhyme or something in Hungarian about a priest with a priestly wooden pipe that my grandfather taught me when I was a kid. And but I haven't heard it since I was 7, so it's screwed up. But it's a neophyte pupnuk puppy file von neophyte puppy peepa puppy fuppy pa. But it's like some sort of riddle, some sort of weird, Jack Splat could eat no fat, his wife could eat no, some Hungarian version about a priestly guy with a wooden pipe and a priestly wooden pipe he had, or whatever it was. But the number one most loquacious people, the talkers, are Hungarians. The people don't know that. They talk and talk. They tell stories all the time. They communicate a lot. It's something in their culture. Whenever you look up the group that does the most talking and tells the most stories.
Is Hungarian?
Yeah.
I learned that today. I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I heard it way later on as an adult, I heard this thing that said like the most, culturally. And then I remember, every time I slept over at my grandparents' house, my grandfather would be sitting there telling me a story like every night about the twins, the conjoined. He was making up these conjoined twins stories. And one liked ice cream and the other didn't,
It's kind of frightening to tell a child 2 people conjoined together.
Yeah, but we took a hacksaw and cut them in half. No, he didn't do that. But it was a thing. You didn't know that.
That's how my mom is, but I just thought it was her.
Right.
So I didn't know it was
the
a
culture
cultural
talks, tells stories.
It's you too. I mean,
you too.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm telling stories. My mom wouldn't tell these folklore stuff. She would just rip on her day and trash her boss and everything that came up. But yeah, it was all storytelling. Yeah.
Did she tell you stories at night?
It was always like a debriefing. She'd come home and she'd give me the laydown for a day. Like I remember for a short time she worked at Subway.
Doing the accent.
Yeah.
You got to do in the accent. We're not going to let
She was short-handed. She's like, they fire one of the girls. I'm short-handed. And they ended up hiring an employee with one hand.
Oh man!
And she goes, they thought I was serious. They hired with one hand, and she just had to be so polite to this person with one hand, and we were just over there, but making inappropriate jokes like it's gonna mess up how many gloves are left, because you're taking gloves, and now there's only
inventory,
one,
right?
And that's what we would do every day. We would just kind of rip on each other's day, and that I don't know. That was a
free
precursor.
Subway. Would you bring home sandwiches?
I grew up. My high school days, foot-long sub would be waiting for me when I came home from school.
Love.
Was it just you and your mom?
Yeah. Only child until I was 13. Then my brother came along. So yeah, it was just me and her. And then she'd come home, tell me about her day. We'd rip on everything. And then it was kind of like doing stand-up, and then we'd go to sleep.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that.
It sounds, having a mom that works at a Subway sounds like, that's a tough draw.
Yeah. Well, she did that for a short time.
But the foot-long part,
no, that's good.
You just made you just saved my high school days.
Nice perk.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and then I was thinking about it. I had a mom that just didn't work.
Right.
Not brought home Subway and didn't work, just had the no work part down.
The no work.
That's just an 0 for 2 right
Did
there.
you guys share each other's days? Did you
0 for 3, sorry. Again, not loquacious.
No,
yeah,
my mom... I'm sorry, my mom's hardworking, and that's why she doesn't respect what I do.
Oh,
like
right.
she's very
Yeah.
proud of me, but like she
Right.
thinks if you don't have your name on your shirt,
Yeah,
you're
you
running
name
some
tag.
sort of scam or
Yeah.
crypto.
Yeah. Yeah, one of my best friend's mom was a cocktail waitress, which is another loser adult job, like when your kid's in high school. But she would come home with wads of cash.
You can't beat that.
Yeah.
She'd come home because she'd just get tipped all night,
Yeah, yeah.
just pile of 5s and 10s, and 1s. And I mean, it was no big deal. Like, I need $10. Yeah, go into the pile.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like loser job, but perk.
Perk.
Right?
Yeah.
I
All
think
those little perks. We also worked at the retirement home, so she'd bring dinners home. She always worked in food industry stuff.
Smart.
So all the
Yes.
meals were comped.
Very smart. I thought you were going to
meals.
say she worked in retirement home, so she brought dead people home. She's like, this guy.
Was she big into pastry?
No, not a big pastry. She was always like watching her weight and trying to eat healthy, which Hungarian food, it's hard to do on Hungarian.
My neighbors make crepes all the time, and they bring them over.
Yeah,
Jesus.
they
So if
love
it
like
wasn't-
sour cherries and crepes and stuff. They love all the little
love it. All
pastries
the
and the
stuff, yeah.
sweets and stuff.
Me too,
Yeah.
though.
A lot of salt on tomatoes, animal fat sandwiches with like the spread.
Yeah.
That was a big part of childhood.
My grandfather's like, I can't get any goose liver in North Hollywood. It's like, I want goose liver. I'm like, we don't do goose liver. No, they force feed the goose until the liver blows up, and then they spread it on a Ritz. And I'm like, we have laws. We can't do that. We can't force feed geese. Like, why not?
Like at Balboa Park, shoving.
You go grab a
food.
goose and start
Get it in
shoving
there.
crackers in his mouth. Yeah. That's what my grandfather lamented the fact that he couldn't get his hands on liver.
It's a delicacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom loves liver. Yeah,
Oh,
her
like
mouth
chopped liver.
starts watering.
My grandfather would cook cow's tongues.
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
To go to the market and go, what are you throwing out? And he'd go, "Yeah, we're throwing out the liver and the tongue. All right, back it up. They're eating it.
Yeah, my mom loves all the organs, the chicken buttholes. Yeah, the chicken butt.
No, Laszlo didn't do that.
Oh,
because he was dealing with normal. Saying, oh, you know what I'm saying. Culturally, better white people, I think is what I could settle with there. And we would not put up with it. We're not eating chicken ass, Laszlo. We want Taco Bell. Or I'll eat the paprikash, but I'm not going to the asshole.
No asshole.
Chicken paprikash, not chicken asshole.
Give it a try sometime. You might like it.
That's what my grandfather would say about everything. You know what I mean? He loved all the organ stuff, too. I agree. Chicken asshole.
Chicken
What is
I've had
that?
chicken stomach. And
I've never
and
had
chicken stomach and chicken hearts.
Oh.
Chicken hearts I've had. Yeah.
What's chicken asshole?
It's like this tender little. It's like you almost want to eat it with chopsticks just because of the delicacy that it is. And you just pop it in, and you're like, "What a delectable piece of meat!" Is this? Yeah, this might be filthy. What I'm saying.
So wait, let's imagine though that somebody puts something on a plate and they don't tell you it's chicken asshole, and they give you some chopsticks, and you eat it, and it's delicious, and then they tell you.
I'm sure.
You'd be fine with it?
I don't know. Listen. I want to be a.
It doesn't even look like an asshole.
I want to be a hypocrite because I force people to eat Hungarian against their will, and then they thank me.
I mean, that looks
later,
good. That
right?
looks tasty.
Like, do you eat blood sausage?
I mean, that's another big thing with Grandpa with sausage. Everything. These guys are murderers. They're serial killers. They're not just firing squad types. They're like blood everywhere. Like they love all the gizzards and the parts and the guts and
take
the
everything.
stomachs and the assholes. Yeah,
it's a Dahmer cookbook. With the
it's really what the Hungarians do. All right, let me give some plugs out. Honorary Jones is the name of the stand-up special. It's going to be on YouTube. That'll be June 16th.
Mm-hmm. Father's Day. Yeah.
Father's Day. Oh, smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And I don't have a beef with my dad. He's all right. The Domino Effect Part 3, that's Ollie's. That'll be on YouTube the 12th. And Jody.
On Mother's Day.
Decades.
Perfect.
In the
Smart.
making. This is perfect
Look at this.
booking. Yeah. And any other, do we have live dates anywhere that we want to give a shot to?
I got Boston on June 8th. Come out to Boston and a bunch of dates on Zoltan
Free
Comedy.
pizza, no cover charge, free drinks. You can leave
He's
with
not going to get paid.
You
So
can
don't worry
leave with
about
the
it.
seat you were sitting in. So if you need outdoor furniture, you just like pizza, or you like seeing free comedy, what's the name of the club again?
Laugh Boston.
Laugh Boston. Go down. Get your chairs. Bring a group 8. Get a whole set. No, you're going to have to pay because he's a pro. 60 million plus views. Zoltan, thank you very much for coming out today.
Thanks so much for having me.
And until next time, it's Adam Fraley and Zoltan and Jodi. Oh, I'm going to be at Jimmy's place. I don't know, May 16th. I don't know. Go to adamcarolla.com. We'll do all that. And until next time, I'm saying mahalo.